Everybody's here, let the good vibes show. Lead united, marching proud and strong. Dancing till the morning, all night long. Oh, we're marching on together, yeah. Good vibes rising, feel it everywhere. Last prediction, Stacy, Renee, Jess, Banner, Army, crew, we're the best. Oh yeah. Day buzz, we're dancing in line. From previews to reviews, it's party time. Fastest finger first, let the quiz begin. Cheering for leads, we always win. Mental health, we're here for you. Laughs and smiles will pull you through. Light it up, let the music play. Spanner Army dancing all the way.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome into JSY Talks Football. This is your JSY Does Conspiracy Theories. Please make sure we're smashing a like on the video, subscribing to the channel if we're new, hitting that notification bell, and as always, thank you for watching. How are we doing, Stacey?
You do not sound confident at all.
Well, I've seen what Jules puts in it fucking normal, so we'll see what happens. Doing all good though, Stacey?
Yeah, doing good. I've got a gin, so I'm happy.
Cheers to a good night, Stace. Come on, gin. Right, we'll get through some of this chat.
It's like, what do you think drink this fuel? What?
There's a fishbowl.
Why are you coming on?
Hiya, Jules, love. Are you ready for tonight?
Why is your camera not on?
Big up, Adrian, mate. Hope you're doing well. Big up, Daz. Hope you're doing well, love.
I'm eating.
Here we go. I'm all shook up. You're going round, Daz. You keep asking where the rugby is. You're popping round to see her, like. Where's he gone to Brothers? Fair enough. Foil hats at the ready, indeed. I've got the tin foil on. Big up, Paige. Hope you're doing well. Paige.
I haven't got a tin foil hat.
Big up, Drooler, love. I will get in ASAP. They're still up. Big up, Carl. Good evening, ladies. Make sure you've got your tin foil hat on. Well, it's going to be interesting, this, especially with Naomi's one. Right, 1 minute.
Do I have to go first?
Yes.
No, I'll do one of mine first, and then you can go while you're eating. Cheers, Jules. Took us a lot of time to do this background. Have you had the McDonald's Ryan? Watch out for fingernails. It's going to be interesting, this. Agreed. You're chilling out, Daz? Yeah, good. Well, I'm not a very big conspiracy theorist, but people wanted me to do this stream, so big up Connor, mate.
Mainly no.
I shut the bloke
Oh,
hand
sorry,
away from the Jules bomber. Well, good riddance to bad rubbish off of this planet, indeed. Right, I'll start off with one. Stace?
Oh God, here we go. I've been hearing this all past couple of weeks from my goddamn granddad.
So, right, my stance on this is the evidence is overwhelming that it was a terrorist attack on September 11th, right? It was the result, indeed, the result of a conspiracy, right? A conspiracy of Osama bin Laden and hijackers. But conspiracy theories have a variety of much more complex explanations for what happened at the World Trade Center and Pentagon that day. Others involving insider knowledge by President George Bush and Vice President Dick Cheney. Some famous conspiracy theories rely on anti-Semitic topics such as the attack being orchestrated by Israel. Many claim that because jet fuel can't melt steel beams, the Twin Towers must have been brought down by a controlled demolition. Now, I have heard that. A controlled demolition.
Been discussing to a certain extent.
See, I have heard that it was a controlled demolition. I have, actually, my mum said that as well. I have heard that. What do you think, Ryan, inside job?
1 second, my mum's ringing.
Is she joining us, Cruzy?
Yeah, it is an inside job.
So you don't believe it neither then now? You think it's something else? You don't think it was a terrorist attack?
It's an inside job, surely.
Because people reckon that it was a demolition from bombs planted before the planes hit. Debunk these claims. In fact, it's quite possible for the columns holding up skyscrapers to fall.
Sorry to interrupt, Jess. I'm just going to go backstage. My mum spoke to Harry's dad.
All right, man, no worries. Well, at the minute, Wizzy, we're on about the 9/11. See, my is that's what I genuinely believe happened. But I'm assuming you guys don't think the same as me then. Let's have a look what peeps are saying. Well, you see, Drew, that's what it says here. It says that demolition from bombs being planted before the planes hit. Other claims are refuted by simple logic. If a hijacked airplane did not crash into the Pentagon, as is often claimed, then where is Flight 77 and its passengers? In many conspiracy theories, bureaucratic incompetence is often mistaken for conspiracy. Our government is so efficient, knowledgeable and capable, so the reasoning goes that it could not possibly have botched the job so badly in detecting the plot ahead of time or responding to the attacks. But that is a good point. Where did then people go on the airplane then? That is actually a fact. Where did they go?
They died, didn't they?
Building 7 was reported down by the BBC long before it came down. The owner of the building missed one day of work in his life, and that was September the 11th, Warren Silverman. Right. But then where did them people go then, Ryan? Big up, Harmless Potato. Nice to see you in the house, mate. Yeah, all right then, it was all made up, but why were it all made up, Jules? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You see, there's all these...
I'm not fully convinced it was real.
See, I genuinely think that was a terrorist attack, I can't lie. Oh, no, there's loads, Lee. I've got loads to go. Well, a few to go
You
through.
think it?
I thought it was. Yeah. And I'm not knocking anybody that don't think it was, but I need to go where's the pilot? Where's the passengers gone then? Do you know what I mean? Why don't you believe that now?
And what I mean by, I think... Right, let me explain myself. What I mean by I think it's an inside job is I think it was domestic terrorism.
What do you mean domestic terrorism?
So like it's still a terrorist attack,
Right.
but it was planned from within the government.
But why would you do that?
Because the American government are cunts.
Yeah. Well, that we know that anyway. But all them people died because so if that were the case, like how many people died in that when both of the towers come down?
They're like over 1,000, weren't they?
But if there was
somebody Google the official death toll of
no. Death toll of 9/11. Right. 2,976 people. But if they were felicitating a war, that war never happened though, Wiz. I don't know, you know. It just makes me wonder why you'd do that. Why do that?
Go to war with the Middle East, realistically.
Wasn't that Afghanistan though, that way?
Afghanistan,
Iraq. Yeah.
Afghanistan and Iraq, I think.
I just genuinely believe that happened. I can't lie. I mean, it'd be a crazy conspiracy to do that, wouldn't it? I mean, I have seen the conspiracy theories of it. I have seen what people have said, that there were bombs underneath it that detonated it and it was a controlled demolition, right? But if it were a controlled demolition, right, why were people still in that building then if it were a controlled demolition? I thought it'd be a demolition. So why would you demolish them to kill all them people then? Do you get what I'm saying?
Exactly. Why?
That's the only thing I can't get.
Let me just finish my chicken and rice because I'm nearly done with it, and then I'll thingy.
So they could get Bin Laden and make them. Yeah, but why would you demolition some? Would you? So it had to look real. So you're going to kill X amount of people to make that look real. That's crazy shit, though. Don't you think that's crazy, though, Jordan? Like, that's just too far. It's a strange one. Yeah, and I know with Tony Blair with massive weapon destruction. But, well, if that is true, and that's absolutely craziness because you've just killed nearly 3,000 people for fuck all. Seriously. That's true, Ryan. I do agree with that. Yeah. Yeah, I know that. Big up everyone trying to get served at bar. What streams then? We're doing conspiracy theories for a couple of hours, Vinny. Big up, mate. Big up, Alison. I just think that's absolutely ludicrous to do that. But then, where did Flight 77 go and its passengers then? Because you're telling me nobody had come out and said, oh, that's what I find hard. Like, where did Flight 77 go?
Hang on.
Go on.
I think it secretly got diverted, right? And they made it look as if like a decoy plane was hitting the tower.
Right. So what hit the tower then?
a decoy plane.
What do you mean?
So an actual aeroplane, somebody flying it, but somebody managed to jump out before it went in the tower and they didn't see them parachute off.
But the videos I've seen, you can see the plane directly going into Twin Towers. So what you're saying is that's a dummy plane then? So what caused all that damage then?
Not a clue.
I don't know where they went, but how did they find
Um,
the passports of 5 men with no damage to the passports? That's true.
I've got a question before we do carry on. How do, right, this is just the thing before we carry on. How do the Simpsons manage to predict everything before it happens?
Well, that is true. Simpsons have.
In my opinion, the Simpsons is just one big conspiracy theory because they're predicting everything before it happens.
Get to Barbandle or have a gin. I'm just unsure whether it was a missile. I'm not saying that I won't put it past Americans to do it.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, if it wasn't a plane, where did Flight 77 go? And all them people
What
that were
was
supposed
it?
to be in that plane? Yeah. Just reading the comments, don't forget the fuel on the plane ignited a fireball in each corner of the buildings where the lifts were situated, which melted the beams, causing the structure to fall, as it did. See, that's what I thought. That's what I genuinely thought. I mean, it's a nice debate to have, like we can be friendly and just have a nice debate, but I genuinely believe that 9/11 were real. But I have heard these conspiracy theories regarding it, but I want to know where Flight 77 went. That's what's interesting. And I just don't know why you do that to so many.
Because
Like,
did they ever find any flight manifests and all the flight data or anything for Flight 77?
I don't know.
That's how you'll know where Flight 77 went. Because if they found the flight data and the flight manifest paperwork that the pilots have to carry, because pilots have to carry certain craft, they have to carry the flight manifest, they have to carry the number of souls or passengers on board, the amount of crew on board, all of the safety briefings, all that sort of stuff. So
Because
if they
here,
didn't find that,
well, did they find any plane in the towers? No.
No.
And what's your thoughts on it?
Sorry, I've had you on mute while I've been talking.
Well, we're talking about 9/11, but what's your thoughts on it?
I don't agree that it was orchestrated by the government. It's one of the conspiracy theories I've heard. I don't believe that. Because why would they risk so many thousands of people's lives?
Well, that's what I said.
But I do believe that there was no way that the heat from jet fuel and the two planes was enough to cause the building to collapse. Now, I do believe that the structure of both World Trades were compromised due to an earlier bombing that happened in the basement of both the buildings. I think it was a year or two prior that weakened the structure. Now, this is where the probably think I'm fucking crazy. I believe the planes were a second backup, not the initial plan. I reckon terrorists have been in both buildings prior and planted devices.
Just going for a week. Carry on.
I believe someone's been in. I believe the terrorists have been into that building prior
You
because
can put it.
there were no security measures in them buildings. Despite, I'll get to why I think that. So I believe that the terrorists have put explosive devices in the buildings, and it's failed. I reckon the planes were a secondary plan. Maybe the planes hitting a floor with a device in it would explain the explosion. And I know there were government agencies in them buildings.
Possibly.
There was government. The reason why I think the planes were a backup plan, because there were government agencies in them buildings. That's the only reason I believe that the buildings collapsed. There was planted devices prior to it. I don't believe it was government based.
Like
Because
C4.
why would they risk their own people's lives plus non-American citizens that was in that building? Because it wasn't just American citizens in that building. I don't believe it's government based, Jess.
What do you think it is?
Straight up terrorism. I believe that there was devices planted in the building beforehand, and it failed. I believe the planes were a second attempt.
Well, if he did do it, or they did do it, the government, that's absolutely reckless, isn't it? Flight 77 is weird. Also weird that WTC-7 under the building was destroyed. WTC-7 housed SEC and IRS offices, allegedly storing thousands of Enron files. What the fuck are Enron files?
Not though.
So they got...
Like I said, it's just what I think. Well, it's what I think. That's my conspiracy.
What about that?
I don't know anything about that one. I don't know about that one.
Another thing, first plane is on a level for miles prior to collision. The second plane's manoeuvre has been discredited by pro-pilots, both civil and ex-military, as impossible. I think that's going to be one that divides a lot of their opinions, 9/11, to be honest.
Even 25 years down the line, it's still
dividing it, yeah.
We can speculate. There's going to be no evidence either way. No matter how much we speculate, there's just no evidence either way.
See, that one that Vinders is saying, I find that more credible, that one. Now, I'd believe that. Here's a theory to test your brains. The 2004 Indian Ocean earthquake tsunami at Christmas caused the Earth tech plates to move. Was that result of a nuclear test gone wrong?
I remember that.
I remember tsunami, but that has more common ground for me. Do you know what I mean? That's true. That is true. Somebody could have been remote controlling them. Craziness. Absolute craziness. So come on then, now. Let's hear your conspiracy theory before we move on to the rest of mine.
Right. So, before I do explain it, obviously people have watched Scream 1996. So, this is a theory about one of the characters. From Scream 1996. My conspiracy theory, and a lot of people's conspiracy theories surrounding him, is that he never died. And let me explain. There are some parts.
Who never died?
Buckle in. So.
Who never died? Buckle in.
Stu Mocker in Scream 1. He never died. That's the conspiracy theory. Top conspiracy theory. From Scream 1, Stu never died.
Scream never died?
I'm going to explain it now. Apparently, he never died. I'm going to explain it now in the conspiracy theories around it. So
over to you.
In.
I'm buckling.
So, Stu Mocker conspiracy theories primarily centre on the belief that he survived his death in Scream and is either alive and in prison or is part of a secret larger plot. Fans are motivated by his original involvement as a killer, the scrapped Scream 3 storyline where he orchestrated the attacks from prison, and the potential for a recurring villain. The possibility of his return in Scream 7 is a popular topic, with theories suggesting he could be a hidden accomplice, a reformed consultant, or the victim of a fake death to protect him. Why the theories exist. So, the original Scream 3 plans saw an earlier script for Scream 3 featured Stu surviving and manipulating a cult of Ghostface followers from prison. This storyline was changed due to the Columbine High School shooting. But the idea of Stu as a puppet master lingered. Fan popularity. Stu, played by actor Matthew Lillard, is a popular fan favourite character, and many fans desire his return to the franchise. Now, there are in-universe clues. Some theories suggest that while Stu was electrocuted, he may have survived, like other characters in the Scream franchise who survived what seemed like a fatal attack. Now, the more popular theories. Stu is alive and in prison. The straightforward theory is that Stu survived the events of the first Scream and is serving a life sentence, which explains why he wasn't a suspect in subsequent films. Faked death. Another theory proposes that Roman disguised himself as an EMT to switch Stu's body with another after the first massacre. Roman is Sidney's half-brother, faking his death and allowing him to remain hidden. A secret accomplice, this is one. Some theories also suggest that a third Ghostface, potentially Stu himself or another accomplice, was involved in the murders over the years. Identity change. Another idea is that a minor who committed murder, Stu, could have possibly received a new identity and been moved to a new location, possibly even overseen by someone like Kirby, who is an FBI agent who might have known he was still alive. How Stu could have survived. Supporters of the Stu is alive theory propose several explanations for how he could have survived his fatal-looking encounter in the first film. Obviously, he could have faked his death. He could, after being attacked, he could have been put in a long coma, and has since awakened. Medical recovery. So, like he was put into a coma and now he has now been awakened.
Right.
Or he was aided by family. Some speculate that Stu's family, including his sister, helped him hide after faking his death. Now, this is where the relevance into Scream 7 plays a part in all this conspiracy theory.
Go on then.
The renewed interest in Stu Macher is largely due to speculation about Scream 7, with the possibility of a new Ghostface and deeper lore being explored. Many fans believe Stu's return is a plausible way to expand the franchise's narrative. With Matthew Lillard confirmed to return in Scream 7, new theories have emerged to explain his reappearance. So, one of them is AI or a deepfake. A popular meta theory is that Stu returns through some sort of artificial intelligence or deepfaking technology used by the new Ghostface to manipulate survivors like Sidney Prescott, who is the main character in the whole franchise. It could be some sort of flashback or hallucination. Stu could appear in a flashback to the original killings or as a hallucination, similar to how Billy Loomis appeared in Scream 5. Or, here's another theory, he could return as a consultant in an Anthony Hopkins type role as a consultant, helping the protagonist to understand the new killer. So basically, all that is saying is he never died because there are rules in Scream. You have to get shot in the head in order to die. Stu was never
Wait a minute.
shot.
Why do you need to be shot in the head to die?
Because in Scream law, in Scream rules, if you are not shot in the head, Ghostface comes back. He will come back and keep coming for you. If you do not shoot the Ghostface in the head,
Then it don't die.
they come back. They don't die. But because in the film, in Scream 1, Stu was hit by a TV on his head and electrocuted. Sidney never shot him in the head like he was supposed to. So the main conspiracy theory is Stu never died. I just want to get everyone's thoughts on it, leading up to Scream 7.
Who's that? Who's Diane Keaton?
You
Big
don't
up
know who
Ian.
Diane Keaton is?
No, big up Ian for Super Chat.
You might need to see her face.
Not Michael Keaton's wife, is it?
No. I don't think so.
So am I. So what's your point of all this then?
Oh, for God, hang on, I'll screenshot.
I just
Oh!
want to get everybody's opinion that has watched the film.
What if you've never seen Scream?
That I wanted to get their opinion on whether they thought the conspiracy theory was true that Stu never died. I wanted to get everybody's opinions on it.
What, that he ain't dead?
Everyone that had watched the film. I knew some people might not. Yeah, I wanted to know if you thought he was dead or not.
Stacey?
I have no clue. I haven't watched Scream. Tried in the first one and that's it. Well, what she just says complete gobbledygook to me.
Is this guy in the film or real life now?
In the film.
The film.
Not in real life?
Matthew Lillard isn't dead. Matthew Lillard isn't dead. I'd be very concerned if he was.
But films are
But
make
his
believe.
character, Stu Mockett, in... Yeah, but you can still have conspiracy theories surrounding the movies and the characters.
Scream Cat. I'm a bit lost here. So, the character didn't get killed in Scream.
To dumb it down,
You're going to have to.
basically, the main conspiracy theory is that people thought or think because Stu Mockett never got shot in the head, he didn't die. And I wanted to get people's thoughts on that.
Somebody here for you saying hello.
I am so confused. Hi, Amy.
I'm a bit lost, man.
I
So
am
basically,
now.
he didn't get shot in the head, so he's not dead then, innit?
I am so. You've got me so confused on that. I'm sorry. Is it about Stu? I don't fucking know.
Something to do with Scream.
So to Scream. Yeah. So is it about Stu? Is it about Stu? Russell's asking.
Yes.
No. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Russell, do you believe the conspiracy theory that Stu never died?
Yes. I've heard about it a million times.
But it's a film, so it's not real.
Thank you.
He's not dead. You want to come and see me and Jesse's face? Well, what the fuck? Yeah, right. One back. Right. Let me keep talking. I'll come back and say one thing. All right. I'm having a drink.
Well, it must be.
Yeah.
So basically, you're saying he's not
That
dead,
is
innit?
the conspiracy theory.
That he's not dead.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I believe he's not dead. I believe
If
he's
you
not
don't believe
dead.
he's dead,
Now she's confused the whole stream.
look at Colin. So if he can't die because he hasn't been shot in the head, then that means he's alive. Facts. That's right, innit, Drula? Him off screen, Wizzy.
Yes. There are rules. There are rules to a slasher film.
What do you mean there's
And
rules to a slasher
particularly
film?
in Scream, you do. Oh, for fuck's sake!
There's
this
been
is
loads
better.
of there's been
I
loads
wish
of
I'd prepared
screams.
this a bit more.
So what you're saying, the same person's played
There
Scream
are
all
currently
along?
6 of them.
Right. So is the same person played every Scream then?
What I'm saying is, Schumacher never died, and he has been the person behind the whole thing this entire time.
Bob. So the point of the conspiracy is
That he never died.
so that's your point of this conspiracy is he never died.
Yes.
Well, I'll just go with what you're saying now because it's confused me. But I've never seen Scream. Rules for a slasher film: 1 hour 28 minutes, no special effects, script or plot since Freddy's Revenge, which ironically had all 3. We're all with her, Ryan. We're all with Naomi. I'm confused, but we're all with Naomi. So you believe he's still alive now, yeah? Yeah?
I believe he is still alive and is behind the entire thing.
I'll go with you, Naomi, love. Right, moving on from Screen to Princess Diana.
AKA the big advertisement for seatbelts. Oh shit, sorry.
Okay, now.
That got you off guard.
I'm not watching Boogie Screen.
No,
Well,
that's what I said.
Big up, Jack.
Did you not hear what I said?
Yeah. Seatbelts.
Fuck off. Go downstairs and watch.
So, right, there's conspiracies regarding
Downstairs.
Princess Diana, right? People say that she didn't get killed by a drunk driver. So, a billionaire promoting it said Mohammed Al Fayed, the father of Dodi, who was killed along with Diana. Al Fayed claims that the accident was in fact an assassination by British intelligence agencies at the request of the royal family. Al Fayed claims were examined and dismissed as baseless by a 2006 inquiry. The following year, at Diana's inquest, the coroner stated that the conspiracy theory advanced by Mohammed Al Fayed had been examined and shown to be without any substance. On the April 7th, 2008, the coroner's jury concluded that Diana and Al Fayed were unlawfully killed due to negligence by their drunken chauffeur and pursuing paparazzi. The conspiracy theory was also believed by Prince Harry, who said in January 2023 that he believed she could still be alive for many years after the crash. He told Addison Cooper on 60 Minutes that he thought she may have faked her own death and that they would be reunited at some point. See, that one's more substance. I actually think that one's a bit more of a substance for me. Where's Naomi gone?
No. See, anyway, I heard that about it. It was a hit from the royal family because she was pregnant with another man's baby.
Yeah, that Al Fayed's baby.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they didn't want like another religion's baby.
Yeah. You can figure this before they allowed fucking Meghan Markle to become married to Harry. Shut up.
See, the thing is, I think she could actually still be alive, Diana, you know.
Could be.
They could have switched cars with that.
Mm.
Do you think she's dead, Jules? See, I don't. Yeah, that's a scripted film, not real life. Scream, Julia. I don't know, it's a craze. Well, get yourself back on here. You're not disappearing and leaving us to it. Night, cat.
I believe she's dead. I believe she was killed by the royal family, if I'm honest.
See, that's a good substance because she would have issued to them. So they could have got MI5 to do it. That is a good shout. But then she could have also planned it herself to get away because she couldn't get out of press, could she?
No.
They won't leave her alone.
Or she decided to do it and it went wrong.
I don't know, you know. What do you mean, look at funeral, Jules? What do you mean?
Look at the funeral. What do you mean?
What do you mean? I know. I just don't know, you know.
So I believe that one of the royal family, not saying which one because it could be any one of them, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I heard that, Drula. I heard the same. Well, let's face it, she did that fucking report from, what was it, Panorama. She was a problem, wasn't she? Let's be honest.
Yes.
Remember that with that Bashanu who put Michael Jackson over? See, I'm not so sure. See, I think she could be somewhere. Also, she could have been bumped off by royal family. It's an interesting one.
Yeah, see, I believe she was bumped off by the royal family. Or like you said, she tried to fake a death and it backfired. You know what I mean? The drunk driver. Just no.
Oh, no.
No.
That was such a good one.
No.
Well, you do learn something every day on here, especially with Scream. I don't know. I don't think they'd have wanted her marrying into a different cultured relationship, if I'm honest.
That's the point I was trying to make. I just couldn't figure out what you word it. Before they let Meghan Markle marry.
Well, let's face it, they haven't accepted her, really, after Stacey. Let's be honest. That's why they've had to fuck off to America.
I've seen her behaviour as well. I don't like her. That's as a person.
See, I don't mind her, me. I think they've been a bit rotten to her. Look, she was going out with a doctor who did plastic surgery, so who knows? Well, that is true. None of us know whether she's alive or not. But I'm more on the lines of she's alive somewhere. But she was an embarrassment, so it wouldn't shock me if Queen ordered her to get killed. I can't lie. Because I say she's a cruel old cow. But who knows?
Oh, you could already say that Camilla got her killed so she could have Charles to herself.
Yeah, but he was already with Camilla. He'd already fucking binned her off.
They were seeing each other well before.
Exactly. I mean, why he traded in Camilla for Princess Diana when he's no look at himself is beyond fucking belief. Let's be honest. Big up, Rodders. So you're saying she died in a car crash?
I believe she's dead. I don't believe she's fit. I believe she was even taken up by the royal family. or she was going to try a fake her own death, but it backfired.
Well, it backfired massively if that were the case, isn't it?
Mm. Not realising her driver was drunk. Yes, Russell, yeah, gone. No, I thought it was a woman.
See, that is facts. Why was she the only one not wearing a seatbelt? That is true. So he just chucked that dog at her? What was it? I thought he was chucking Furious then. I'm like, why is he chucking dog?
He couldn't carry him for much longer, so he put him down. I'll have to grab him because he keeps. Oh, it's bedtime yet, Jess.
True. Why was the Secret Service guy the only one to survive? Well, that is interesting as well.
I think with the old Diana thing, we've got more questions than answers.
Well, that's a lot with conspiracies, isn't it? There's more questions than answers. It's interesting. But I know she brought a lot of shame on fucking family. So it wouldn't surprise me if that old cow did get rid of her. I can't lie. I'm not a massive royalist anyway, but well, he's got a point there. Why was the Secret Service guy the only one to survive? Yeah, well, that is true. I mean, we've all seen pictures at car, haven't we? We've all seen what it looked like.
Yeah,
it was fucking mangled, wasn't it? And I mean, why were he drinking anyway, her chauffeur? Do you want to have a look at that one, Stace? I'll be covering the vanishing of flight MH370.
Wow, we'd have to do a deep dive on that one.
Planes can go missing. That's true. Oh, it's fishy. See, it's either one or two for me. She's either they've ordered it, or she is still alive somewhere. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, that's like that submarine that went in Ocean One a couple of years back. Was it 2 years ago or something?
What, the Titanic one?
What do you mean?
Not the submarine that exploded going down to Titanic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But do you think Titanic's so you don't think Titanic sunk then, Sunny? So where did Titanic end up? Do you know what I mean? I'm struggling. I think well, there's all that thing at bottom at fucking ocean where people can go see Titanic, isn't it?
People are theorising that the Titanic wasn't hit by an iceberg.
What would it hit by then?
I can't remember.
So what would it hit by? A fucking
a lot
another
of
ship?
people speculating. From off the top of my head, I think a lot of people had issues with it how the Titanic split in two. Agreed, it was poorly made. It made out it was unsinkable, but it was poorly made.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But it sunk pretty quick, didn't it?
Yeah.
So she thinks it would hit by a torpedo.
Yeah.
Really? But why?
Oh, fucking hell, Coover comes in with a dad joke.
I read a book about what holds ships together. It was riveting.
You get it?
Yeah, sort of. Was her body even removed from the vehicle, or was her body left in the vehicle to be taken away in a tow truck? Is there any footage of her being taken away in an ambulance?
There's a footage of an ambulance leaving the tunnel but no footage of them actually putting her in the ambulance.
1 minute. No, well, I never seen that.
I believe there was an ambulance picture leaving the tunnel, if I'm not mistaken. Think about when we were only young when this happened, though, Jess, weren't we? We were only quite young when this happened. I was in high school. I'll bring up Google Chrome actually.
So, I mean, so it was a Mercedes who
Because
were
the
driving.
French police were quick on the mark to get everybody out of the tunnel.
But somebody did survive that crash, didn't they?
Yeah, the driver.
So how did the driver manage to survive that, but Diana died? I know she didn't have a seatbelt on.
She didn't have a seatbelt on, but why? Hang on, it's a lot.
Because that car's...
Let's look at the death inquiry.
That car's fucking mangled, Stacey. I mean...
It was mangled.
You look at... 1 minute.
So they actually did an inquest in 2008. They concluded that Princess Diana's death was the result of a tragic accident caused by gross negligence of the driver and the speed of the pursuing paparazzi. Key findings were that the driver was intoxicated, the occupants weren't wearing a seatbelt, and the high-speed chase contributed to the crash. Conspiracy theories of alleged murder were officially dismissed due to lack of evidence. So the key.
Well, I'm only 7.
Yeah. So the key inquest into the inquiry was. They investigated numerous conspiracy theories, but concluded there was no conspiracy to murder the occupants of the car. It was found the crash was a tragic accident. In 1999, French investigation concluded that the crash was caused by the driver, Henry Paul, being intoxicated and driving at excessive speed, and had that no conspiracy existed. So they looked again in 2008. Oh God, Cover.
Right, but you look up from that car there, Stacey, right? So how was the driver managed to survive that, but Diana's died? I don't get that.
Well, they both wasn't wearing a seatbelt and he was, apparently.
But look at that crush.
Yeah, I know.
Do you know what I'm saying? What's this one?
So British jury returned a verdict of unlawful killing caused by a combination of gross negligent driving of the Mercedes by Henry Paul, the speed and manner of the following paparazzi, and the driver's impairment by alcohol. Lack of seatbelts. Sorry. Our inquiries noted the lack of seatbelt was a significant factor, and Diane, Dodie Fayard, and Henry Paul likely would have survived had they been properly fastened. Oh, the driver didn't survive.
I'm going to say.
Right, I'm just going to look at this properly because I've thought about this for years.
Because. Let's have a look at it. So,
oh! Sorry, Jess. Apparently in 2013, they were reassessing it.
So what happened from that then? I mean, I don't get how he's ended up coming down here like this and then ended up crashing into that beam. It just seems too... If you look at that picture there, what I've just put up, right? So he's coming down this side, right? He's driving all the way, and then it's these things, like, how has that even happened?
See, no picture here. Crashed into the wall, didn't he?
Yeah. So, Trevor Rees Jones.
Oh, sorry. The driver died. The driver died.
Right.
The
So
only survivor was
a bodyguard.
Bodyguard was the only survivor.
Right. So where would he sat in that then?
I'll find out now.
Because I'm not being funny. Look at that car, man. Well, feel free to let us know what we're missing, Vinders. Because I just can't see.
So even he wasn't even the bodyguard wasn't wearing a seatbelt, but he sustained a serious head injury, so he can't recall the crash.
But they're saying this picture here, look, the Princess of Wales' hair and the side of her face inside the car could be made out despite the images being pixelated. That picture there is supposed to be Diana. There.
Let me have a look at that.
That's an Alaska report.
If you put death crash, right? 1 second, then it's a lot.
I mean, looking at that picture, that could be anybody though. Oh, Diana were well loved. I can remember my mum and everybody when it happened. I mean, I was only 7 when it happened. Stacey will have only been 8. But I just don't see. So
I know, I was in high school when it happened. 97.
these, yeah, 97.
I was 11. I was in high
Oh,
school.
you're 3 years older than me. I keep thinking you're a year older than me.
I was in high school because when the funeral happened, we were refused to watch it. But I had it back in the day at S Club 7 radio. So because I had a radio, I was allowed to listen. As long as I only had wood headphone in and I did my work, I listened to the funeral on the radio.
I just don't see how anybody had survived that. You shot Bodyguard wanting in it all.
It could have been, but the thing is, he's the only survivor. None of them wore seatbelts. So where was he in the car?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Was Diane in the middle?
It'd be weird for her to sit in middle, wouldn't it? I mean, from what pictures I've seen, she's sat on the left-hand side.
So I wonder at the speed of the chase, was she sat with? So she would be in the passenger side, then, wouldn't she? Not a driver's side.
She's been sat behind the driver. That's my theory. She was sat behind the driver. Because it's not like the car ended up on its roof, is it?
No, it was mangled.
But I've seen worse, and people have survived it. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
It's just how, if they'd have all died, it'd have made sense. But one of them still survived that, didn't it? Now, if that's his bodyguard, were he in on it?
Could have been.
Because it's just a strange one. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if it were orchestrated. I can't lie. But why would it that he came down where he was driving and then is it gone? I mean, has he even crashed? That's what I don't understand. You know, like
paparazzi was on motorbikes.
Yeah, I know.
So
There were yeah.
I wonder if he was avoiding one of the paparazzi motorbikes and lost control. With him being severely intoxicated as well, his reaction time would have been so slow. So he's probably.
But how over the limit was the driver? Did they ever do a toxicology report on the driver to say how much over the limit it was? Check that out.
Yeah.
Because normally when you have an autopsy, Stacey, right? And we know that, but they do an autopsy over. They do like a toxicology report to see what were in the system at the time: drugs, alcohol.
What was his name now? Henry, wasn't it?
That'd be interesting because I know for a fact that they do toxicology reports. What I don't understand is when he's come down here, how he's ended up hitting the. It's just a strange one how he's ended up hitting the bollards. Do you get what I'm saying? Seriously, I think. Big up, Kevin. I genuinely believe with that one that MI5 did that to her. Because, I mean, this share screen. I mean, this is just a debate with him.
What I'm reading here is they were driving at least up between 180 and 150 miles per hour.
Why were they driving that fast?
To avoid, because the paparazzi were also to blame to avoid the paparazzi. So the speed limit in that tunnel is 50. The car swerved into a tunnel and collided violently with one of the pillars of the underpass. Al Fayed and Paul died instantly. Princess Diana died hours later at the hospital. So she didn't die on impact. So she might have been
So she got to the hospital and was still alive then?
She was still alive when she got to the hospital.
So what would her official cause of death then? Because they have to have a death certificate, innit? Big up, Vinny.
So they carried out toxicology on the
Right.
on the driver.
What were he over the limit by then?
His blood alcohol level was 1.87 grams at the time. He was more than 3 times the authorised limit.
So that's what, about 105. That's about 105 in ours then.
That was more than 3 times the authorised limit for driving in France. A second test commissioned by Paris Prosecutor's Office confirmed the rate was between 1.73 and 1.75. Yeah, he was well over. He was also on Prozac, not timid, a sleeping pill, Theopride, sorry.
Fucking hell.
So he was fucked.
Well, he shouldn't be driving in the first place. Agreed, Kevin.
For the bodyguard, he suffered numerous fractures to his facial bones. Only he was actually wearing a seatbelt, was the bodyguard. That's why he survived. He was wearing a seatbelt, but still had numerous fractures.
So he must have been sat in the front passenger side then, and Diane and Dodie in back.
Hang on, there's actually a picture of, I think, of them before the crash.
But she even said it right in a letter. They're planning my accident in my car so Charles can marry again.
Yeah.
What do you mean, fuck knows why, you cheeky fucker? Yeah, moral of the story is wear a seatbelt, but I do believe that the royal family and MI5 were behind her death. Because she even put in her open letter, Stacey, they're going to kill me so we can get remarried.
Let me just show this picture. This is the picture of them in the car before she died. As they were leaving the hotel. Right, let me just, that one. Might answer a few questions.
Fair, that's right. So, driver, bodyguard. So she was sat behind, in the passenger side then. So she was sat behind him and he was sat behind the driver.
So he had his seatbelt on. These 3 didn't. So could be his facial injuries were from Diane smashing the back of him. If he was going the speed that said he was going and hit a pillar on his side, so even if it hit the driver's side, that's why he died instantly. And obviously,
an impact,
Dodie on impact. So I'm wondering if, as is Ross control, she's been thrown forward.
No, she'll have been thrown forward at force of it, of course.
Resulting in his facial injuries. If it's right that he was wearing a seatbelt and then 3 wasn't, that's the only reason why he survived, because he wore a seatbelt. But the injuries he sustained was from Diana flying for.
Yeah, I mean, what Rodders and Jules are saying, like, she knew too much, too independent, and because she could bring the royal family down, because he couldn't get married in a church. With her dying, he's left as a widow then, isn't it? Because they were still married, weren't they?
No,
we're still technically. Did they get divorced?
Yeah, they got divorced, yeah. The Queen allowed it.
Yeah, exactly. The Queen allowed it.
The Queen allowed them to be divorced.
So, I agree in all this stance of that fucking. She later died in hospital after desperate. But what did what were her cause of death on a death certificate, Stacey?
Let me have a look, see.
Because that'll be interesting. Excuse me.
And none of this before, I would have Googled it. I would have tried and got this information for you.
Well, this is the whole point of a debate, because.
I like deep diving, you see. I do like a good deep dive. I think I proved that.
Deep down on me anytime you want, love.
So, according to Google, her cause of death was ruptured pulmonary vein and a massive intrathoracic hemorrhage from the crash. Basically, internal bleeding. She was fucked.
Yeah, that's true.
So she died later.
I agree with that, Kevin.
So BBC, I know it's BBC. Just don't come for me. Don't come for
You
me.
would see it. Torn pulmonary vein, that was the primary cause of her death, leading to severe internal bleeding.
Yeah.
Displaced heart. The crash caused her heart to be displaced, which resulted in the tear of the pulmonary vein and pericardium. The torn vein caused massive internal bleeding, making resuscitation attempts unsuccessful. But you'd have thought she'd have died, like, sort of straight away then.
She was pronounced in the morning. She was dead. So she was alive going to the hospital.
So what time was the impact of the crash?
Say that again.
So what time did they actually crash?
See again. So I love doing this.
So she died at 4 a.m.
Yeah. So yeah, our time I think.
And I mean, why the fuck were he driving at nearly fucking 100 miles per hour? I reckon he were paid off to do it, him, that fucker who were driving them.
See, that's another conspiracy because they found a nice chunk of change in his bank account.
Yeah, I bet they did.
So it was 4 o'clock in the morning, France time, 2 o'clock our time.
That she died?
That she died.
So what time was the crash then?
Just about to find out. No. Sure, it was like early evening.
See, that's my theory, Wizzy. What I were going to say is, who's to say some cunt didn't sneak into that hospital and kill her anyway because she survived that? See, that's what I were going to bring up with. I thought people might think I'm a bit weird.
So the crash was around 23 minutes past midnight.
So she survived. So by the time they got her out of there, see, she still survived another 2 hours after that. So who's to say that they hadn't put a pillar over her face?
Yeah. So this crash time was around 12:23 a.m. The speedy Mercedes-Benz collided with the concrete pillar. The driver, Henry Paul, Donny Fire, was killed instantly. Diane was critically injured and died
On Kevin, by the way.
4 a.m. Bodyguard Trevor Rees-Jones survived, but because he was wearing a seatbelt.
Oh, was sat in the passenger side.
Yeah, front passenger side. Yeah.
I totally agree with you on that, Kevin. Institutionally racist, I believe it. Because she knew too much, clearly. She knew far too much, and she would have lost cannon, once you, let's face it. They weren't best pleased when she did that Panorama interview. But what she was saying was true, Stacey, and all that. I mean, why should he be any fucking different, dipping his wick elsewhere? I mean, why would you want to do that anyway when you've got her on your arms? Is it state of him?
Final words were, my God, what's happened? That's what her final words were.
I don't even believe Harry's her kid. Do you know that? Look at them two kids.
Yeah,
well, that's another conspiracy. I don't actually believe Harry's her kid. He's too good looking. Now, William looks like his dad. Harry doesn't. He looks like that bodyguard that used to protect her years back. I'm telling you. I honestly don't even think that's Harry's her kid. His kid.
Where's that thing I just...
Not stupid, Vinders. So get fucked.
Hang on a minute. Right. Back on the Henry Paul thing. About you believing he got paid to do it.
Yeah.
They found his bank account approximately totaling 1 million francs at the time of his event, and he had a position about 290 euros.
So how come he had all that money in there when he were only a driver? I didn't know chauffeurs made that much sort of money.
Exactly.
But what's point? So did they pay him off thinking, look, you crash it and you survive, but long as Diana dies, sort of thing? Or do you think he's gone in too heavy with it?
Looking at what I'm seeing right now, I reckon he could have been paid off. The drugs and the alcohol were to, you know, what's the word I'm thinking of? Dutch courage.
Yeah, but the kind of prescription drugs he had in there, that's wild. Especially with drink with them, the comatose.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So the drugs that he was on, he was actually on medication for alcoholism.
So drinking with them, that's
He
suicidal.
was on Prozac, which is an antidepressant.
Yeah,
Activate, which is a sleeping pill.
exactly. They sedate you. And what does it say on your packaging on sedation drugs like Zopiclone, what I have? Do not drink with sleeping tablets because it can bring on a sedative effect.
He was on 4 lots of medication. So the Noctamide, Prozac, Thioprid, which was often used for alcoholism, and is it Aotol? So he was on 4 different medications at the time. Yeah, all those medications recommend not to drive if you consume them. The investigation. So the drugs he was on were prescribed.
Yeah. Same drug. Same look.
They say that it's the driver that was supposed to do. The driver was paid going on what they found in the numerous bank accounts. He drank, so he didn't back out. I think it's called Dutch courage when you drink. I know, like some people are suicide, they'll have a couple of drinks just to make sure they don't fall out of it. Because the paparazzi weren't done for it. And he was blamed for it because he was on alcohol and various psychotropic drugs. So for me, it's swaying more towards the fact that the fucking driver was paid to do it.
Yeah, exactly. They normally have a dummy card, don't they?
No, I reckon it's the driver that's done it on the behest of the royal family.
And you know for a fact, if you've ever taken Zopiclone or certain medication a bit like Drooler, it says on it, especially like Zopiclone, sleeping tablets, it says on it, do not drink on them because it can bring more of a sedative effect on. I mean, yeah, I've done it, granted, but I've never got in a car and drove, like, but it does sedate you. You cannot keep your fucking eyes open.
Who owned the Ritz Hotel at the time?
Him, didn't he? He owned Ritz at the time, didn't he? Fucking Al Fayed. I agree. Drooler. I mean, he's dead now, isn't he? Al Fayed. I know he was a...
Yeah, Mohammed Al Fayed owned it as well.
Yeah. I know he owned that. Because he owned Fulham.
So it's also conspiracies. I heard a few stories that fucking Al Fayed didn't want Diane to have Dodie's child, and he's partly responsible for it, which I don't believe is true because he won't go and put his own kid in danger. But
no, I think that one's a bit out there. That is involved. But I won't put it past the royal family.
No, I wouldn't either.
And I think Drooler's bang on money. It was Dutch courage, that. I can't lie. Strange. She knew too much.
You mean me? Dutch courage. I said Dutch courage.
Yeah, I think it was Dutch courage, drinking and taking all those tablets because...
I think the drugs he was on was prescribed by a doctor. And maybe he was in some sort of financial debt, financial trouble. He was found out, he was approached. Here's some money that will clear your debt, a bit of extra cash here, make sure she don't survive.
I don't think he meant to kill himself, though. I think he just took too much of what he was doing. Do you know what I'm saying?
I reckon she was supposed to die.
I reckon she was supposed to die, but I don't think he planned on killing himself in that crash.
No, and he's probably took a drink, thought, no, another one then.
Who's to say he has died? Who's to say that this fucker isn't somewhere living a life of luxury now? Let's be real. We don't know we're just going on what was speculated in the press that he was killed. Who's to say he won? Just to cover up? Who's to say he didn't get a private jet and put on a fucking island somewhere? It could be. Indeed. True. Just interesting that's all. Like, who's to say that he really did die? Who's to say that he ain't gone somewhere? Done his job, killed her, Do you know what I'm saying? Mixing drink and drugs or prescription drugs is absolutely fucking lethal. I know
That's why I
that.
believe it's Dutch courage. I'm just going to see if I can look at some crime scene photos. God, I feel awful saying that. No, I don't. So that was after she was. So these pictures I'm seeing are after the fact.
I just think that's an interesting theory. Absolutely, Drooler, 100%. And let's face it, you can do what with these facial...
The airbags in the front as well, not in the back.
Oh, well, that's normal. But who's to say they did that from the facelift and he's moved on to a different... Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
I get you.
Nobody ever sees his body, did there, right?
There was a lot of blood there. There was a lot of blood there.
He could have quite easily been shipped somewhere else. Do you know what I mean?
No, I agree. But looks like they took the roof off as well to get him out.
Yeah, they did cut roof off. Yeah. That's true. But he could have done his job. They've said he's been killed, but he technically ain't been killed.
Mm-hmm. Now, follow-up question, if anyone can recall. Was there, at the time, any reported issues with the car they were driving in? As in, not the specific car she was in, but the model of the car. Was there any reported issues before it?
What, you mean like mechanical failure?
Mm-hmm. Safety issues. Apparently, there was a Fiat Uno involved in the crash.
Yeah, but nobody ever mentions that Fiat Uno. That's the thing.
I just found an article on it now. 1 second. I'm going to click. Nah. See, now you've really got us talking, Jess.
People are shocked by it. They think we're just a one-trick pony on here. I think we're both thick.
So this was... See, if I'd known this was going to be like a massive deep dive, like I said, I would have done a little bit of research. Let me set that up to
I agree with that, Jules. Our movements are recorded wherever we go. I agree with that, love. 100%. You just get to see a different side of me and Stacey, that's all.
I haven't been paying attention to chat, to be honest, Wiz.
I ain't got chat, Rich, Tom.
No, I haven't been paying attention to chat, Wiz. I do apologise, darling.
Listens to you, Wiz.
Would you like to repeat what you've said, Wiz, darling? So we can see it here.
It's just, I mean, we were just going to skate around it, but we've ended up getting into a massive debacle on it.
Before I read the article, Wiz, on what we just discussed, the car, what were you saying? Now you have our undivided attention, darling.
I knew there was another car, but you never hear of that because you don't even ever see the car in any of the pictures, neither that Fiat Uno.
It's still missing. According to this article, it's still missing.
The Fiat Uno's still missing? 3 years. Who's to say it ever existed then? And is that just a cop out?
I'm going to see what Wish is going to say. I'm going to see what Wish is going to say, and then I'll look at the article. So looking straight forward, not looking at the article. Even though it is the Daily Mail. So.
Because if you look in at any of them crash scene photography, there were no Fiat in it.
You want to see their car?
Oh, their car were fucking crumpled to fuck. But if you look at any of the recovery videos...
Right. Really, Wiz? See, all the articles I've read so far, but this one I'm about to read, apart from this one, all stated that they were on motorbikes or scooters. No car was mentioned in any of the reports I've just read. So, now I've read your report, now I've read what you put, where's I'm going to look at this article. So this was August 2022. So the looks like looked at it again, crash. Princess Diana's crash investigators admit she is frustrated officers never tracked down the Fiat Uno that brushed into the royal car moments before the accident. As colleagues say, it's the only door still open.
Crazy conspiracy theory. I reckon if things don't change soon, they will stay as they are. Facts.
So the Fiat Uno believed brushed the Fiat Uno after they hit the pillars. So these
But where would the Fiat Uno?
These people have witnessed the crash.
But there were no sound of sight of that Fiat fucking Uno.
Nope. None
Do you know what I'm saying?
A couple seen sort of white Fiat Uno coming out.
Yeah, because in this picture here, right, investigators admit the Fiat Uno involved in Diana's crash is still out there.
Yeah.
Wow. And this one on a documentary on Channel 4, apparently.
Yeah. That's what I've read. Yeah. Might find that channel. I might have a look for that one. Actually.
Before the Mercedes, Diana and Dodi Al-Fayed were riding in crashed into one of the tunnel's concrete pillars, causing their deaths. The car brushed against a white Fiat Uno, which witnessed the crash but drove away into the night. You sure that want MI5 in that car, making sure they've done the job properly?
Well, one of the witnesses have turned around and said they saw a brown-skinned gentleman driving this white Fiat Uno that was highly fixated on his mirrors. That was a couple that was at the other end of the tunnel.
Yeah, I believe Queen did it. I can't lie. Summer, it smells so wrong, it's unreal. I can't lie. Has he been sad?
Yeah.
Does that him? Sean Dye should rather stick with fucking Big Ange. And Stephen Gerrard will not be getting the Rangers job, of course. He's decided time wasn't quite right to return and he's now removed himself from the process. So it definitely won't be Stevie taking over at
Yeah, it's got ex-Rangers boss contender Sean Dyche emerges as frontrunner for manager job. I'll look on that. This is from the Scottish.
I know, I think she's dead for real, Saneem. I do think she's dead, the old witch.
Yeah, she's definitely dead.
It does stink, and it stinks massive amount of
I've got one thing though, just right. Do you know how crime scene photos do tend to leak?
Yeah. Well, look at that Essex Boys one.
Exactly. Oh god, that was graphic.
You can see the ones where they've been shotgunned. You can see our face hanging off, Stacey.
Yeah, when I deep dive. Why has there been no leak of anything else?
Well, even if you look at any of those pictures that are online, they're all very similar, samey, aren't they? They're just all a picture of the car. There's nothing.
You can see blood on the car, so there's no denying there's been a crash.
And paparazzi were already following her, Stacey, right? So you're telling me that they didn't get pictures, but paparazzi were already fucking thinging her.
That's the point. Where are the other photos? Because guaranteed, why have they been leaked?
And they were following the car, so they'd have been first ones off their motorbikes to take pictures, because that'd have been gold, them sort of photos. Let's be honest.
The police confiscate them cameras like that. That's the point. Why has there been no leak?
And why ain't there no brake marks? Look at the road. Why ain't there no brake marks on that road? You know when you slam your brakes on, you burn rubber. They didn't slam on. He drove straight into them pillars on purpose.
Which now coincides with the fact that he was so intoxicated. His reaction time was fucking
way
slow.
off, yeah. And I mean, you look at it and you think, where's all smoke? Where's all petrol leaking from it? It's just, I know it's a difference of opinion and whatever.
I believe she is dead because I don't think they put Harry in.
See, this one I've got here. Wait a minute, let's go on this website. Have a look at some. I mean, look at this. Right? This is what somebody's apparently took here, Stacey, right? And all you can see is her arm, but this arm don't look real to me. Look at this here, right? Murder or accident. Look at that. So they're saying he was there And this is somebody looking in there.
What's
And look
that?
at him on top of the car there.
Will you send me the link to that? I can't see it well. You don't mind?
Yeah.
Oh, no, never mind. I found it. I've got it.
You got it?
I have it.
I mean, these are the close-up of the car, like this.
What's that?
And it says here, look, Diana's phone was being monitored by MI6 and the CIA, who knew that she was about to announce her engagement to Dodi. MI6 is known to be involved in assassinations, including a plot to kill the former Serbian leader, Slobodan Milosevic. Two senior MI6 agents were based at the British Embassy in Paris on the night that Diana died, and they orchestrated her death.
See, if you look at the photo, I just looked at the photo now. If you look at the photos, Jess, you can see there's fucking blood. I do believe she's dead, but I do believe it's not an accident.
Diana's body was illegally embalmed in Paris to conceal her alleged pregnancy on the orders of the British authorities. The results of the autopsy examinations on Henry Paul was fabricated with blood samples switched by MI6. The security service ensured that all CCTV cameras on the route taken by this Mercedes were inoperative. Now that is a good support. That is a good fact. Where's all CCTV of that car? The crash was caused by a combination of blinding flash from a stun gun and a deliberate collision with a Fiat Uno, which has never been traced. The Alma tunnel in which the crash happened was not on the obvious route Henry Paul would have taken from the Ritz Hotel to Dodi's flat, and there is no credible explanation for why he would have chosen to go through the tunnel.
Someone's done a simulation of the crash.
So when you look at it like that, it makes more sense, and I can't lie. You look at that and what they're saying, and that makes a lot more sense with that. Paul was not drunk, but he had been the victim of a smear campaign to suggest that he was intoxicated and speeding. Driver Henry Paul was an informant of MI6 who was handed £2,000 by Secret Service agents the day before the crash.
Yeah. So, according to this little simulation I've seen, I'm not saying it's true, he collided with the Fiat Uno before he hit the pillar. Why didn't he brake?
Well, that's sitting here.
I do believe that he was too intoxicated to react in the proper manner that a sober person would.
That is true.
I don't think you even see pictures of the ambulance coming out, if I'm honest.
That's what I mean. Like, I genuinely believe that were ordered by royal family. I can't lie. Yeah, I do believe she's dead, but I don't believe that was no accident. Bullshit.
No, I don't believe that neither.
That's my stance on that conspiracy theory. Yes, I believe she's dead, but do I believe that the royal family put that up to it? Yes. I do. 100%. Anybody got any ones that you'd like us to look at in the chat? Yeah. My conclusion to that is, yes, she's dead, but do I believe that was an accident? No. It's like go on.
You got anything else on your list?
I
don't want to have it, really.
What about that one?
Oh yeah, definitely. Sorry,
see, I'm in line with this one.
No doubt.
Because
no doubt.
I believe, like me and Mrs. Biddy, right, we've never had any of the injections done, right? But neither of us have ever had COVID. Yet you've had the injections and had COVID. Do you see what I'm saying?
Everyone just got COVID, yeah.
And you've had every one of them done, but you've just had COVID. Yet me and Mrs. Biddy's never had any of them, but never had COVID.
The thing. When the initial COVID was out, my mum had COVID twice. My granddad had COVID, and obviously because I was looking after them all of them.
And your dad's had the injections done, doesn't he? Your dad's had them, hasn't he?
Yeah. My granddad's, we've all had them apart from the latest one because we're not eligible, but my granddad has. And he didn't have COVID when he had it. I was around them constantly, and not once did I get COVID. Not once.
I agree with you. And agree. Look, this is one where I will like.
I don't believe it's 5G chips. I think that's a bit.
See, I do. All I want to know is, like, for the fact, right, is how the fact. Yeah, you look at that one, Stace, Alistair Crowley.
The fuck's going on with my fucking.
Yeah, that can looks like fucking see-through.
It's because I got green screen on and it's green. Can's green.
Oh, absolutely. Say no to digital IT. Cash is king, 100%. Unfortunately, Rodders, today.
What am I looking up? Sorry.
So Jules has asked about Alistair Crowley. Look, but my thoughts on COVID, it does cause COVID deaths.
Yeah, I agree.
Because she's had every injection possible going, but still caught COVID. Yet I haven't had any. Neither has Mrs. Biddy. Neither has I've ever had COVID. So what are they injecting your body with? I mean, look how poorly Sue was after that flu injection. You don't know what's in them injections, what they're pumping you with. I mean, I am a bit of a skeptic with stuff like that.
What am I supposed to be looking up, this dude?
Ask Jules. Jules put it in. I mean, there's loads in there. Paul McCarthy's death, JFK's assassination, the earth is flat. There's fucking
they believe that he was a spy for the British Secret Services and that, among other things, he joined the Golden Dawn.
There you go. I've had 3 injections and had 2 COVID twice. So there you go, you see. My immune system's fucked anyway, Ryan, but I genuinely don't believe that, you know, I think injecting yourself makes you worse.
Bit late to show that, Russell. It's a shame when Chronicle Larry put pops up on Facebook, you dickwad. You know it.
See, look at that. He's been ill as hell and barely able to leave the house since he's had that COVID vaccination.
Oh!
You've just got a great immune system, Adrian. And I haven't ever had one. Don't really get cold.
Yeah, I never had flu. I had flu one. I missed the flu jab 1 year. I got the flu. Oh, fucked. That's why I'll never miss a flu jab. But I've never had flu. That one time I had the flu, I had no jab. That's why I get the jab every time, because I've been around people who've had flu. I've never had it since.
Do you know what to say? Get fucked. You're not telling me what to do, silly fucker. Yeah, but then...
Yes. I have seen that movie, and I love that fucking movie.
No, I've never seen it.
They take an injection to suppress their emotions. So, like, no anger, no sadness, or like that. Zombies, basically.
I mean, there's loads into the conspiracy theories, like Paul McCartney, for example. See, my mum believes he's still alive.
I didn't realise he was dead.
What about John F.K.? John, do you think he really got shot, John F.K.?
Yes, but I believe it was somewhere else and not the blood patch, did it? You know what I mean?
Do you reckon that Lee Harvey Oswald did it, though?
No.
But then you listen to this, right? It says here, right? It didn't help that Lee Harvey Oswald was murdered in the basement of Dallas Police Headquarters while surrounded by police officers only 2 days after the assassination and by a guy who ties to the mob. The whole thing trumped, people figured.
That's why I don't believe he did it. Because if
Come
he
on.
truly did it, why was he dead 2 days later? If he truly did it, why didn't they let him stand trial?
Exactly, why would he murdered in that police cell? So I don't think Lee Harvey Oswald did kill JFK. I reckon it would have mobbed me.
Patsy. He was a patsy.
I'm telling you.
Patsy. I reckon he was a patsy. And I have to agree with Ryan there.
I think so. I mean, no way. You can't. Exactly, Jules. I think there were more than one shooter. I don't think it was Lee Harvey Oswald, though. I can't
I
lie.
don't think it was him.
I don't think it was him. Because why would he killed in that prison thingy after? I mean, there's some absolutely stupid ones like reptiles run the American government. But then, look, where have all these planes gone that have gone missing, Stacey? The Korean one, 007 in 83. Come on.
By my side, yeah.
Where have all these planes gone, though? Got to think. It's crazy, isn't it? But I still believe Elvis is dead.
He's definitely dead. Come on now.
I definitely believe he's
Sorry,
dead.
Jules, but he's definitely dead.
I can't lie. I do believe that he's definitely dead. I'm sorry, Jules. Ryan put Bill Gates in earlier. Yes, have a look at Bill Gates.
Ryan, if it is deleted comments, Facebook me. And I'll Google what you want me to.
Epilepsy, overactive thyroid, lower back pain, no feeling in one leg. I think so, Jules.
Yeah, Ryan, message me on Facebook what you're putting in and I'll Google it.
That's what a conspiracy theory is, Jules. To be fair, that reptiles run this planet. Mind you, they couldn't do a fucking worse job, could they, than fucking humans?
That's true.
See, Jules believes that he's still alive, that Maxwell. Seen I put that in earlier. Oh, what's his name? Epstein.
Oh, Charlie Epstein. Right, I do believe he's dead. I don't believe he killed himself.
I don't believe he killed himself. That's him who hung himself in the prison cell, isn't it? Epstein.
Yeah, and I know
no.
this might be controversial to some people, but I follow an American comedian called Stephen Crowder. I like content, don't come for me. He actually did a stream on why he believed Epstein didn't kill himself.
I don't think he did. See, I think he had something to do. He had too much no on fucking government. Me, I think fucking Donald Trump helped that.
Let's see what Crowder said.
See what he said.
Let me just find it for you.
Hint around where you do
Right.
something bad, though.
Right. Facebook me it because through StreamYard we can't click on links.
No, we can't. Yeah. They reckon Steve Jobs has had his brain taken out and put in someone else. Is that even genetically possible?
No. So as soon as you sever the brainstem, the brain's dead. Thank you.
That's
Ryan.
what I thought.
Let me pause this.
See, I still
many
think he's
years ago?
alive.
It's not in English.
I don't know, I think Jules could be bang on the money with that.
It's not letting me. It's just took it to his profile. Ryan. Right, let me just look at the transcript.
I just don't know.
Oh, Stephen Crowder. Right, I'll just so you know, I'm not bullshitting. I'll share his YouTube. Just don't watch it because he don't. Did an episode on it, look. Flashback. Busting the Jeffrey Epstein suicide myth. So this has been a re-upload. And I've actually watched watched it. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, he proved that he couldn't have killed himself.
I think Donald Trump killed him.
Oh, there we go. Right.
Big up, Renee, love. Hope you're doing well. Like the conspiracy with Diana, but the Epstein one. Well, then you could get into that mucky cunt who were at fucking royal family. What's his name? in them files of that Epstein file. What's that mucky fucker's name? Fucking... Oh, what's his name, Stace? That fucking royal.
Andrew.
That's him. He would in all them files. And what about her and all? Fucking the other one. Her with Ginny there.
Maxine Carr.
Fucking hell. And she just got
No, not Maxine Carr.
Maxine thing.
Giselle. Giselle
Yeah.
Maxwell.
Yeah.
Maxwell Carr's fucking Ian Huntley. See, for me, I believe Epstein was strangled. And
I don't believe he's dead.
Suicide. That's my opinion. I believe Clinton's did it, not Trump.
Is Michelle Obama a woman or a man, according to Joan Rivers?
Me and Ryan had this discussion on Facebook.
I've had this discussion with Mrs. Biddy, and she's adamant it's a man.
I'm just trying to find it, Ryan. Give me a second, darling.
Let me have a look. She's got me fucking thinking now. Let's have a look at Michelle Obama.
What's
Oh,
going
it's been
on, Russell?
different. Right.
It's not showing me, Ryan. Oh, I'm on it, Bill Gates. Hang on a minute. Let me just mute it. Let me just mute it. I found it, Ryan. A minute.
Well, she looks like a woman to me, Jules. A minute. Let's have a look. Oh, I don't know, you know, Jules. Let's have a look. You look at some of these pictures, though, Stacey. There's not ones with wangers on or all like that. Don't worry, right? I don't know, you know. That's got to be a woman, surely. No, Jules, it'd be hard. That's a really hard one, now. But what you're saying about Joan Rivers is bang on. And Shirley went in for a routine throat thing, ended up fucking dead.
I'll send you what Ryan sent me.
Big up, Renee, love. Hope you're doing well, love. Get well soon. Send you lots of love from the JSY family. What do you mean, Amityville Horror? I do believe there's all these, like, what do they call them? Like,
Possessions and stuff.
no, cults. I don't believe there's a lot of cults out there and stuff like that. I mean, don't worry, they're streaming nonsense.
Ryan did.
No.
Kind of like he's suggesting about killing billions of people type thing. Yeah. Check your WhatsApp, Joe.
Agreed. So how am I good at giving people their celebrity and football club? I cannot think of one for me. Big up, Jack, mate. Hope you're doing well. Nice to see you in the house. Big up for the super chat yesterday as well, and big up to Stace. Do you know that Fred Trump was in the KKK, that Donald Trump's dad? Check that one out, Stace. Check that one. He is a wrong one. What about that one, Stace, after that?
He was arrested at a KKK rally in Queens.
Oh, Donald Trump's dad?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And he's in charge? How old is his dad dead now then, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good shout. Joe, Stace, the moon landing. That I have seen a lot of shit.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of shit on that one.
I've seen a lot of that. We'll go, Stacey will have a look for you now. She'll do some research for you.
Mossad. But I'm looking for Mossad.
Mossad. IPAC. Don't worry, Jules. We'll get to you, love.
I've got to remember, Ryan Reynolds' gin is a bit stronger than normal gin.
Tell me about it. I've only had a glass. See, we have to some sort of, just for those people that doubt this channel, we can talk and have a debate normally, you know. Not all dibs at times.
Right, Ryan, you may have to clue me in a little bit what I'm looking at here. Just Jin's.
Agreed. Do you know what? I agree with you, Drula, there. I agree with that. I don't think we are needed as humans anymore. There's all this AI and everything else comes out and everything else. Are people going to be needed anymore? You know what I'm saying?
Do you need to pop off just after we finish on stream?
What do you mean?
Do you need to literally when we're finished? Do you need to chew?
Why?
Can I just quick chat? About
What have I done?
No. Chill with the conversation we were having yesterday.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Live.
Yeah, no, I'm all right.
That's a lot. That's why I believe I
This
slept
is the
through
beauty
it.
of watching this because she's well into conspiracies. I'd like to get her on, but she won't come on because she fucking knows loads.
Mrs. Biddy, we'll do one backstage, darling.
She likes all this, my mum. Exactly.
Do you know what? I'm not really. There's one or two conspiracies that I've heard, and obviously the Diana one is one that I've heard a lot, and obviously the JFK one I've heard a lot. But I enjoy sitting back and listening to people's conspiracies and thinking, you know what? That sounds a good idea. Like the whole 9/11 thing. The
Not rolling screen. See, that's spot on that. Because the woman that outed him, she's dead, isn't she, from Australia? Makes you wonder, doesn't it? I mean, there's a lot of powerful people out there, Stace.
Do you know what I'm saying? 1,000%.
But I do sort of believe what you're saying, Jules, because she'd only gone in for a minor throat thing and ended up dying on operating table. Makes you wonder. Does make you wonder. At Moon Stace, next one.
Moonland, oh, I've heard a lot of these. They're in the studio because of the flag. There's no gravity. There's no air in space, and the flag's waving. I know that one. I've heard that one a lot of time. A lot.
I've heard that a while. That about my mum said the same though about that. There's no gravity.
No.
So when did the first man go to the moon then?
1969, I think it was.
So they don't reckon that's real?
No, they reckon it was done in... Hang on, let me just double check. I think it was 1969. It's not for our time, obviously. So, I was right, 69. Woo! Yay! So they're saying that the moon landing wasn't real. Right, let me just bring it up. I know we could play this moon landing. It was 1969, I was right.
I know it'd have to be 69. No, it's not.
But it still gets people talking.
That is true, Coover. I do believe in like Illuminati. I think there's something out there like that.
Ryan. Sorry, Coover. I called you Ryan.
No, that's a lot of shit. Because she's saying that, look at the moon landing. That's concrete dust on the moon, my ass. Exactly. That is true, actually, what she's saying. I reckon that was done in a studio, me, somewhere.
A lot of people are saying it was done in the studio.
I mean, look at technology nowadays to back in 69. I mean, it's not hard to do. Do you know what I mean? Big up, Jack, mate. Yeah, I think so. I don't think that were real.
I don't think it real either. Just too much. Too much factors pointing to being fake.
Yeah, far too many. I can't lie. I'm telling you. Some of these, I mean, I believe Elvis is dead. I'm not even going to get into that one. I do believe he's dead. The Earth is definitely not flat.
No.
It's fucking round.
Round. When we
Yes.
have been into space, you can literally see it fucking round.
Yes. That one, I'm having none of it. The Earth's
No one can sit. Someone can sit in front of me and show me, give me every evidence they think they can find. Tell me the world's flat and I've just got bam. So hey, look, just fucking hell. Case on point. I'll share you the YouTube page.
because.
There we go. Look at that. Round.
So is this a 1969 one?
No, that's that jump from space. Look at the
But that world is round, isn't it?
That just proves that the world is round. That image alone.
Exactly. That's a load of shit. The world is flat. I'm not having none of that one. That's a straight up no from me. I don't know about you.
Oh yeah, bullshit.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. You can see the curvature of the Earth from the fucking plane.
But I don't believe he was the first one to go up to Aunt Mo. Lots of people have that tattoo, don't they? Illuminati.
Been around for fucking donkeys, hasn't it? Really, think about it. The moon conspiracy was been around for ages.
But I think that there's some substance in that. I mean, lots of people have that triangle done and the eyes done, don't they, on tattoos? Is it the Illuminati triangle and stuff like that?
Yeah.
I've seen a fair few people with that on.
I think a good person, if you want to find some information about the Illuminati, read Angels and Demons by Dan Brown. If I'm not mistaken, people that was in the Illuminati, I'm just saying it like that, tried to stop the book getting published because of Dan Brown's accuracies of the Illuminati. I have said book, by the way.
Definitely world's round. I'm not having none of that. It's flat. No, and that one, I'm not having none of it. I've got more thingy for fucking. I mean, they always blame Bill Gates as a scapegoat, don't they? What about, have you ever heard of that conspiracy that COVID were leaked from a Chinese laboratory?
Mm-hmm.
Well, from the epidemic from the Chinese city of Wuhan.
I do believe that. Cause
See, I do believe that. And I think COVID was created as a biological weapon, Stacey. I think COVID was created as a biological weapon. I'm sorry, you might think I'm crazy. I genuinely believe.
No, Jess, I agree. I agree.
Honest, I think that were done to the population.
No, it was not from a bat. They used that as a covered fucking story. It came out, people investigated it. Or was it the World Health Organization covered it up?
Honestly, I genuinely believe that it was created as a biological weapon because my theory is that the Chinese somehow created the virus. It's particular in and it gained mainstream coverage. I'm telling you, that's my personal opinion. But they do say here, right? Because I was just having a look, right? That the SARS-CoV-2 virus has entirely natural origins as a zoonotic virus originating in bats.
Yeah.
Honestly, I genuinely believe that COVID was created as a biological weapon. And then the US military imported COVID into China. But that's just mine. You know, that's just my theory.
I think the Chinese was created by. Sorry. I believe the COVID virus was created in China, like you said, as a biological.
Yeah, I do. Thing. I believe so because we're too overpopulated to wipe the population down.
I believe they didn't mean for it to be leaked right now. I do believe it was accidentally leaked out. Someone dropped a vial or whatever, you know what I mean? I do believe
Honest.
it was going to be used, but I believe it was used. I believe it got out accidentally.
I don't know about if it was accident or not, but I genuinely believe that it was.
Biochemical terrorist. Yeah,
I believe it
biochemical
came
attack.
from China. And I do believe it was leaked as a biological weapon. Seriously, to wipe out the population because
How many died from COVID?
of how many died from it and how it was like on lockdown and everything. Do you know what I'm saying? I mean, that's just my belief as a conspiracy theorist, but I genuinely do believe that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's what I believe.
So,
Hey up,
according
man.
to
Big up White
right,
Snake.
apparently over 7 million people died from COVID. According to what I'm looking at right now. I'll share the screen so you know I'm not bullshitting.
Yeah.
Just so you prove I'm not bullshitting. Lovely.
Because I've never had COVID, yet you've had the jabs and got COVID.
And I got COVID at my fucking sister's wedding.
Exactly. Yeah, I were out working in it and never, ever, ever got it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And
Yeah, I never got it when I went out. Natural selection.
I believe secret societies control this world as well.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. Like the Illuminati and all that. Yeah.
Seriously, read Dan Brown's book. A lot of people are try to get it by, not cancel, but try to boycott it. And if you read the book and watch the movie, you realise how much is being taken out.
Do you believe in a multi-government conspiracy to debunk aliens?
Yes.
Ew.
I believe there is more life out there.
Oh yeah, I think there's more life out there. Yeah, you're right.
There's no way we are the only life in this universe. I'm sorry.
No way. There's other things in this world, in my opinion. 100%. Well, I thought so, Rodders.
Hang on a minute, let me get it up.
Whereabouts are you, Saneem, if you don't mind me asking? I do believe there's more to life than just human beings. 100%.
This book, Jess, gives you good insight into the Illuminati because he does his research, just Dan Brown. That is centralised about the Illuminati and the Catholic Church, no, the Vatican.
Uh-huh.
Can you imagine that went down fucking in something like, can't you? I swear the Catholic Church, the Vatican tried to fucking discredit him.
Hmm.
And I've got all of his I've got all Dan Brown's books.
They fucking collude and they're not in fact enemies. I agree with you, Rodders, 100%. We'll get you bumped off, Lee. You're always welcome. It'll be a long time before I do another one, mind. I'm gonna try do once every other Saturday. Like we're gonna do crime next and look at me. You want my honest opinion on who killed Jill Dando? Well, I believe it was something to do with she did it. Let's have a look. Let me find it.
After my theory on Jill Dando cases, she was done in by the mob after covering a specific case on Crime Watch.
I think she knew too much at BBC, me, and somebody bumped her off.
Oh, it's not wine. It's not a wine glass. It's a gin glass.
I mean, because they've never ever found who did her. Come on.
She wants to know where you're from, Saneem.
What country are you from, Saneem? Sorry. See, the thing is with Jill Dando states, I mean, let's face it, that were fucking brazen to do that on her doorstep.
This is why I believe it was a mob hit.
I reckon it was a mob hit, yeah, 100%. You know, they knew where she lived and everything. Like, I was to say somebody BBC didn't disclose where she was living because
Like a
Lahore. Nice. Right, you look at it, right? How did they know where she lived? Because she was living with the boyfriend at the time. Because she was just about to sell her house. She was only going back there to pick up some gold. Yeah.
I believe they watched her routine. She would go, from what I've gathered, she was going back home to collect some files, wasn't she? So they were watching her. They knew her routine. They waited for her to turn up to her flat. And then just slunk off like nothing. That's why I believe it was a mob hit. Because only, for me, so for seriously, only a hitman would be able to sneak up
With a
on someone.
silencer as well, Stace.
Say that again?
With a silencer as well.
That's the point. Only a trained assassin would be able to walk up behind her, unnoticed by Jill, pop her in the back of the head,
Exactly.
and walk away with no one seeing him. This is why I said from when I was old enough to understand the case, because obviously back when she died, I was still quite young. From what I've looked into and what I've read, I'm convinced it was a mob hit. Because of something she was covering on Crime Watch.
But there's another theory that it related to the Bosnia Serbia, right? Because she did groups in retaliation for NATO actions against media outlets and her appeals for aid during the Yugoslavia wars. Now, I've heard that one, but they also say, following the Jimmy Savile abuse claims was made, that Dando had investigated a paedophile ring at the BBC during the mid-1990s and handed a dossier concerning her findings to BBC management, prompting a revenge attack. The BBC said it has no evidence to support this claim. Well, they're not going to fucking tell you if they did. Let's be honest, Stace.
No, I forgot the snacks.
I know, I haven't even had any snacks. I've still got half my fucking gin left. That's all I'm saying is, right? She uncovered something, and that's what got her killed.
I've got to watch her. Yes?
No, honestly, like, I genuinely believe that. She knew too much. Because that would have private it. There's no way somebody just walked down the street and gone bob on. And then that poor bastard that they tried to pin it on. What was his name? Barry George, was it, or something?
Mm-hmm.
But he's just been done in.
George wasn't right in the head.
But he did. Look, Barry George was convicted in prison for the murder. But after 8 years in prison, he was acquitted following a appeal and a retrial. No other suspect has ever been charged with Dando's murder, and the case remains unsolved.
That's why I keep saying mob hit.
Of course, that would plan that. I'm sorry, but she wouldn't have, biggest higher profiles. Mm-hmm. And let's face it, she won one of the best shows for crime.
Exactly.
But now happened. Do you know what I'm saying?
That's my fault.
What came first, the chicken or the egg?
Egg.
Fuck knows. Seriously, I genuinely believe she uncovered some of that. Jill Dando. And that's why she was. Yeah. And let's face it, if you look into it and say that's true with Jimmy Savile, right? That never came out till when he died. So when did Jimmy Savile die? Right? 2008, something like that? So can you imagine a lot of the people that came out, there were a lot dead when they went for Jimmy, right? So can you imagine in the early 90s when she's done this report, how much drama that had caused for BBC? 2011, right? So that's when, after he died, that's when all them claims came out, right? I'll be careful what I say. But if that's true what they're saying, and she did put at
a year later it came out.
So a year later it came out about him, right? But they reckon in the mid-90s, so say 95, she handed a dossier containing her findings to BBC management, reportedly prompting a revenge attack. That makes more sense.
So let me just go back. So he died 29th October 2011. And then on the 3rd of October 2012, an ITV documentary presented by investigative reporter Mark Williams Thomas was broadcast in which 7 women said that as teenagers they had been sexually abused by Savile.
That's what I'm saying.
By 11th of October, allegations have been made against Savile to 13 British police forces, which led to setting up of inquiries into practice within both BBC and National Health Service.
Because it says here, the original police investigation had explored the possibility of a contract killing, but since Dando was living with her fiancé and was only rarely visiting the Fulham residence, it was considered unlikely that a professional assassin would have been sufficiently well informed about Dando's movements. But they'd have been following her.
They would have been fucking surveilling her. They would have
Do you know what
waited
I'm
for her
saying?
to return to her flat because killing her outside her whole home makes a statement.
And it says here, right? Initial investigations focus on Dando's personal circle, since only a few people knew of her intention to visit Gowan Avenue, her house on the day. Her agent, John Roseman, was her initial suspect, since he knew Dando was going to collect faxes he had sent her. But Roseman convinced detectives of his innocence. Bob Wheaton also attracted attention since he was a jilted lover, and Dando had transferred £35,000 to him towards the end of their relationship. Wheaton said that the transfer was a gift and not a loan. He also convinced detectives on his innocence. On the night of her death, Dando's BBC colleagues, Nick Ross, said on Newsnight the attacks by criminals against police, lawyers and judges were almost unknown in the UK. Forensic examination of the cartridge case and bullet recovered from the scene of the attack suggests that the weapon used had been the result of a workshop conversion or a replica or decommissioned. It was argued that a professional assassin would not use such a poor quality weapon. The police therefore soon began to favour the idea that the killing had been opportunist, carried out by a crazed individual. I don't believe that at all. No way.
You know
No.
why? How the fuck would a crazy individual get there behind her, kill her, and fuck off not being detected?
Exactly. This guy would professionally knew what he was doing. There's no way some crazed fans just gone up and gone bomb.
It's bullshit. For example, what if the assassin wasn't British? It's
Exactly. Kosovo, because she did that appeal, didn't she? Do you know what I'm saying?
He's got a weapon that he could quickly get his hands on and then waited for her.
Exactly, was it? If it had been somebody that wasn't professional, they'd have already caught him. This guy knew how to cover his tracks. Do you know what I'm saying? And we only surmise it with a man. It could have been a woman for all we know. Big up, Johnny. I think so. We've just said that, Jules, that she was going to expose what had been going on. Because let's face it, when Barry George went down for it, I'm like, no way has he done it. Come on, Stace.
What?
And I mean, a next door neighbour heard a scream. And this is what he said, right? So this is his next door neighbour said, Richard Hughes, her next door neighbour, heard a scream from Dando, but heard no gunshot. Hughes looked out of his front window and, while not realising what had happened, made the only certain sighting of the killer, a 6-foot-tall white man, aged around 40, walking around from Dando's house. Forensic firearms examinations indicated that Dando had been shot by a bullet from a 9mm short caliber semi-automatic pistol, with the gun pressed against her head at the moment of the shot.
Yeah, came up behind, bosh, dum.
Exactly.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Right, this was Picture George in 2008. It's just been
There's
charged.
no way I believed he did it.
No, but yes, it's just
It's been done again, hasn't it? I know.
Yeah, this picture here. I'll
Right, but how tall's he then? Because they're saying in there, right, it was a 6-foot-tall man. How tall's Barry George? Oh, it was a silencer, yeah. Yeah, I know. We know.
No one takes a shot.
But no one heard
takes
the
a shot.
Possibly. You won't rule him out, Joe? I don't know, you know, I never thought it was him. But I know he's just been charged with that.
Yeah.
And he'd just been charged with that. He's got to come over from Ireland because he fucked off to Ireland, didn't he, when he came out?
Moved to County Cork.
Because ITV did a documentary on him.
So he was charged in 2001 of the murder. Sentenced to life imprisonment. And he was cleared in 2008. Stop driving that because that's
No, I think she was an assassination attempt, I can't lie. Makes you wonder though, like with all these murders that have gone on where the bodies have never been found.
Barry George was convicted at Central Criminal Court on July 2nd, 2001 of murdering
What was the evidence that convicted him? What proof did they have, Stace?
I just got the article says right now. Of murdering Jill Dando and set life imprisonment. The Court of Appeal dismisses appeal against conviction on July 29th, 2002. It was the prosecution's case that Mr. George had shot and killed Miss Dando as she was about to enter her home. At trial, the primary evidence on which Mr. George was convicted was the finding of particle of firearms discharge residue discovered in Mr. George's coat pocket. The FDR particle has similarities to FDR found on Mr. Dando at the crime scene.
But don't you think that's flimsy evidence to convict him on?
It is. It was flimsy.
Because they'd have found the gun or something, then yeah. But that's flimsy for me, that. Come on. That's like really flimsy.
That was the primary evidence, and they said they found all fucking pictures and shit in his house there.
Well, I knew he was an obsession, and he stalked people and that.
He was fucked. He turned around and said that he was fucking what's his name? Freddie Mercury's fucking cousin.
Yeah, I know he was a bit of an exaggerator.
He wasn't in the head.
She was took out because she knew too much, Jill Dando. Or she'd exposed. I was just about to. Exactly. That is true, though. How many CCTV cameras are about? Nobody see all.
Right.
Because if you watch the Crime Watch reconstructions of it, they've got certain people that like on street corners and stuff. Have you ever watched any of the old Crime Watch? Yeah, I don't dispute that, Jules. I don't dispute that. I think he's a lucky bastard. I just don't know if he's got it in to assassinate somebody.
Right.
Really, Ian? Wow. Me and you at the same age. Proper bird, She did Crime Watch and everything.
Crime Watch and stuff. Right. This was George back in 2001.
Yeah, what did he look like at the time? See how much that cunt's changed? That don't look like the same person there, Stace.
Nope.
Now, looking at that.
That one.
That picture of him, what you've just put up now.
That one was in 2008.
See how much he's... And then go back to the one with that you just put upstairs with the goatee. Now, looking at that one, yeah. Now he looks an evil bastard. But look how much he's changed over the years, Stace. He don't look like the same bloke.
That's what the judge said.
What did Judge say? You know what my eyes like, Stace.
Yeah, I have no idea who killed Jill Dando, but I'm certain it wasn't Barry George. It's dreadful he spent 8 years of his life in jail.
But how does the judge know that, Stacey?
Exactly. Now, I don't believe he was the one that did it because he wasn't...
I do.
It was cuckoo, but who said it? Jules, cameras around fucking London.
That's what I'm saying. You know London, right? Leeds has got CCTV, but London's got to be one of the most places that have got cameras to watch, right? And you're telling me nobody see anything?
I'll send you a link for Because on Netflix.
What are you saying, drooler? I think he's done it from... See, I forgot what he looked like in 2001. And he looks a tall fucker. Fucking did as me as well.
Oh, man, some vibes. Oh, that's a fucking case and half that.
Big up, Johnny, mate.
That's a case and half that.
It's just... I just find it conspicuous, Stacey. She was living with boyfriend, right? We all know this, yeah? She was only going back. You all right?
Yeah, careful with
Yeah.
that.
You know, don't choke on me. Don't you dying live on stream on me.
Hey, you feel to go up.
So you look, right, and you think, right, they'd have had to find out where she was living, right? So it's got to be somebody that stalked her. And he had stalker tendencies.
Oh, sorry about that. Kind of went down the wrong hole.
I'm telling you.
Right.
And let's face it, Stace, there's been plenty of miscarriages of justice.
It has been.
Look at the Cardiff Six. Do you know what I'm saying? There's plenty of people that have been put there.
Have you got Netflix, Ryan? Oh, no. Sorry.
No,
You
I
know
won't
what
rule
now,
them out.
just though, knowing what I know today, people can do anything when they fucking put mind to it.
Yeah, people are fucking dangerous, man. And stalkers are dangerous.
Even family. Sorry.
Well, yeah. And look, right, you know, killing her, right, there would have been mass amount of intense media
So that's not
coverage,
come on
right?
YouTube. I don't think it will let no.
So, do you know what I'm saying?
Just gonna post it as you, Jeff.
This is what makes me laugh at your Stacey, right? It says here, investigating authorities quickly ruled out the work of a professional assassin due to the many amateurish aspects of the crime, such as the use of a converted blank firing pistol as the murder weapon, and the fact Dando was shot in public on her doorstep rather than after first being forced inside her house, where her body would not be discovered for much longer time period. Forensic psychologists working on the case predicted that the perpetrator would instead be a loner with a severe personality disorder. And then they're going about, so with little progress after a year, right? So bearing in mind this was a year after, the police concentrated their attention on Barry George, who lived 500 yards from Dando's house on Crookham Road. He had a history of stalking women, sexual offences, and other antisocial and attention-seeking behaviour. George was put under surveillance, arrested on 25th of May 2000 and charged with Dando's murder on the 28th. A search of his bedsit had uncovered over 4,000 photographs of hundreds of women covertly taken in by George, along with other photos of well-known female TV personalities such as Karen Keating, Anthea Turner, Fiona Foster, and Emma Feud, in addition to newspaper articles cuttings regarding Dando's life and media career. Police also discovered a photo of George wearing a military gas mask while posing with a modified Bruni blank firing handgun.
I can bring it up actually. Right. So they're contributing that if it left basically this gun, leave her on the doorstep.
Yeah.
Counter argument. Killer's not British. So he's come over on a plane, didn't risk bringing a gun with him just in case he was searched. That kind of squashes the fucking amateurish weapon thing. He's had to find a gun quickly. He's found a gun quickly. No matter where he went, he's found somewhere quickly. He's gone through shady means to get this gun. Right. Third, about putting the body in the house where it couldn't be found. Leaving her on the doorstep sends a fucking message. Shooting her in broad daylight, leaving her body where she could be found, sends a statement out.
But it could also just be somebody that were an amateur, Stacey, like Barry George, who's just rocked up and thought, fuck you. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. There's arguments on both sides that the evidence can point to.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's an hard one now.
There's evidence on both
I
sides.
reckon he got off on a technicality, that fucking George, I'm telling you. It just, look, Stacey. Yes, drooler, I have. That opened your eyes and all, done it.
This is the picture they're talking about, Jess.
I agree with you, Jamie. I can't lie. I believe he got off of it with a technicality. Right, that's that picture they're on about of him.
Yes.
Right, now he looks tall, Stace. Look, we've drifted onto crime now. You see what I mean with channel? We always drift.
Well, it's conspiracy. It works. It comes under it.
So, that, looking at that, what he's got in his hands, they say that would have remodified anyway. So who's to say it won't him when he got off on a technicality? Let's be honest, because we've never looked at anybody else for it.
Yeah, did they say what gun? Which has got a point there.
Wait a minute. I'll tell you now. 9mm short caliber semi-automatic pistol.
Oliver! Right.
Sorry, guys, if we've drifted a little bit. I do hope you're enjoying it.
This is a conspiracy theory because nobody knows who killed her.
But you look at that picture.
That is
I
damning.
think
I
he did
agree.
it, mate.
I agree. That is damning.
And then he had
That's
all
why I'm saying
the clippings of the case and her being murdered and that. Come on.
there's an
Let's
argument
face it.
both Muppet or him.
It more
It's
sounds
like-
like to me a stalker, somebody that's obsessed with her. Do you know what I mean? Like, he was obsessed with that. He had all these cuttings and clippings and pictures with certain people, like. And he lived 500 metres round the corner from Jill Dando. So he knew where she lived. Come on. Yeah. But they never found a gun, did they? They never even found that gun that is pictured with. So where did that go? Because if you put that picture back up of him, Stace, with that, right, moustache, he looks an evil bastard. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's an argument for both sides of our view.
And then you look at this, it says, Barry George's trial for the murder of Jill Dando began at the Old Bailey in 2001. Opening statements from the lead prosecution lawyer, Orlando Pownell, outlined how George had an exaggerated interest in television personalities and firearms, and that photographic evidence regarding his obsession with celebrities had been recovered from his apartment. Pownell QC went on to describe how police had recovered a photo of George posing with a blank firing pistol similar to the weapon police believed was used in Dando's murder, and how George had been picked out of an identity parade by two different neighbours of Dando as the man they had seen acting suspiciously opposite her house in Gowan Avenue on the morning of her murder. Authorities had also found several cut-out newspapers articles regarding Dando's murder in George's apartment, along with handwritten lists of names and personal details of various other British celebrities. Pownell QC added that forensic examination of a jacket seized from George's apartment found firearms residue inside a pocket of the same type that was detected on Dando's dead body and was believed to have originated from the detonation of the percussion cap of the bullet that killed her.
But then, I think this recent thing kind of backs up that theory, do you reckon? Looking in hindsight, has he actually got away with murder?
Well, yeah, when he's done that, because that's only just come out, last couple of weeks about that. When was that article? 26th of September. So that were only, just short of 2 weeks ago, because I've seen that.
Look when it was.
That's what I'm saying. So if he's capable of that, you're telling me he ain't capable of murder? I mean, why is all of this just come out about him now? He was in public eye in 2001. Do you know what I'm saying? Because she was only 37 when she was killed.
Yeah.
See, I think he's got away with one there because let's be honest, Stacey, if he's capable of doing that, then he's quite capable of getting a gun. And listen,
Yeah.
come on. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
no.
how many more has he got away with those, Stacey? Because you know, right, if you get into like cold cases, right? How many cold cases, SA, right? Sexual assault, right? Has he done? Because if that's coming from 1987, you're telling me he hadn't done it before that or after that? I don't believe it. And to do that to a woman is a lot harder than to just go behind somebody and go bang. So he was obsessed with her. I think he was fixated about her. I'll tell you what's the name. Let me just check something. Live. Wait a minute. What's Saturday?
Sunil, we do have a Prime channel. We can't even fucking upload it onto yet.
We are. We're gonna, yeah. But we can do that. Sure, we can do it.
Do like a live stream where we discuss like 2 or 3 cases.
We could do that once a week though, instead of having a football stream, like maybe like one scheduled night. It'd be better on a Saturday or Sunday because we're Zach with you. Maybe every Saturday night at 10 o'clock, Crime Live or something.
Yeah,
just to do some time. Yeah, we could do. I mean, I do like my crime anyway.
I do. Black Dahlia, Jess, I deep dive in that motherfucker.
I just think it's, and then if you listen here, right, it says the court heard how George had visited a disability health centre, right, which was approximately half a mile from Gowen Avenue, with an appointment about 20 minutes after Dando was murdered. Witnesses at the scene described him as being in an agitated state and carrying a plastic bag full of complaint letters. George again turned up at the centre a couple of days later, asking staff about the exact time of his original visit, as he claimed a description of the prime suspect. Right, wait a minute. Let's have a look at the Crime Watch. Crime Watch. What were they called? E-Fits. Right, let's have a look at something, Stacey, right? Let's have a look at what E-Fits they brought on.
Your argument you just put forward then. This article we're now seeing. Am I allowed to change my mind?
Of course you're allowed to change your mind.
You got away with murder. I'm sorry.
Right.
Everything that you put forward, Jess, right? No.
Sorry if you drifted, by the way. Right.
No,
that's the E-Fit on Crime Watch, Stace. Right? That's the E-Fit.
Yeah, it's really, it's
right.
similar.
I can't get into that one.
Right.
Yeah. You find that E-Fit, Stacey, right? And you you plot that.
Right, 1 minute. Just another like. No, right.
Give up now.
My statement's in the argument for both. The more I'm hearing from someone else rather than me looking into it, if you know what I mean, because I've looked into this case quite a few times.
No, it's supposed to be, the E-Fit of the suspect on Crime Watch.
It looks like he got away with it. Now that this article's coming out saying what he did in fucking 1987.
See, this was only 2 weeks ago when he's been charged with. I think he's due in court at some point. Right? But if you look at that E-Fit...
I'll put them both together. Just give me 2 seconds. And then the Jill Dando E-Fit. That way we can see it side by side, can't we?
Oh, it does.
Yeah, I'm going to put my side by side now. I'll put it on screen.
No, we're not changing this channel, don't we? We just like to do something a bit different now and again, and it seems to have gone down. All right. I'm sorry.
We'll do the crime bit on the crime channel. I think doing them live is better than doing it pre-recorded, because that way we can have just this free-flowing thing without having to fucking edit.
We could just stream it out to both channels, your YouTube channel or your Twitch channel and mine on here. It don't really matter. It's a JSY channel. If you don't like crime, you just don't have to watch it these days, so people can't come for us.
You do both then? Sure, both, yeah.
Yeah. Like, every Saturday at 10 o'clock, crime night, couple of hours.
I'll get that settled.
Do you know what I'm saying? Don't do it for a week because you've got Zach and it's hard to think it. But Saturday night, 10 o'clock, crime night, just have 2 hours, do 10 till midnight, and we'll do a couple of cases every stream. Better than weekend for me. And it is for you.
Weekend, I think. Couldn't blame him apart from the clever stuff.
Okay, now, I know one thing. If Special Branch you're watching, we're going to get taken out.
Just get a song created and I'll do it yeah. Right. Right. I've done it. Let me just bring it up as a download. That way I can share screen then car.
And I mean, a lot of people. Let's have a look at that. Right, because it says on here.
There you go. Hang on. No, window. There you go. Put it both together.
Come on.
The eyes, the spot, the nose.
It's the eyes.
But the thing is, right, how long between Jill being killed and him being arrested?
Exactly.
Oh, no.
That was a year. Bearing in mind, Stace, right? He didn't get arrested till a year after. So he'd have grown that beard in that time. But if you could get in one, right, try to get one with him where he hadn't got a beard. Because he never got arrested straight after it. So that's got to be. Look at that. There's definitely smaller is.
Look at this bit here.
And that hair did that quiff bit with the hair up there.
Yeah.
Come on.
All right, so right. Barry George. Young. No.
Come on, Stace.
Yeah, it's looking that way.
Take that beard off that fucker, right? And bearing in mind, he didn't get arrested till a year after. He could have easily grown that beard. Let's face it, I'm not a bloke, but how long does it take you to grow a beard, guys? A month? You know, I don't grow beards.
Right, so let me get rid of that.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no. Right, this is a picture of him with no beard. Not face, not full on face, but something I can find. That's an old one. I think I'm convinced, guys.
Come on, look it in there.
Yeah. Got to wear a mirror.
Look it in there.
You convinced me. He's got to wear a mirror.
Look at him on that picture, right? Yeah.
1 minute, see if I can. Let me just do a.
See, people get this wrong impression of me and Stace that we're thick and that we're daft. We can actually sit down and have something if we're interested in it, and crime that we're both interested in. To be fair,
I think so. I think my mob it's just been fucking completely just.
because if you look at this is key evidence from the murder team, right? So that's the gun they reckon he used, right?
Yeah.
I don't know where they got this Range Rover from because that's been brought into key evidence.
A few witnesses reported a Range Rover
driving up and down, but nah. You look at that gun there, and then you look at that gun Barry George is holding. Come on.
In that one, it looked like a what you may call it, a revolver, you know, like a Magnum style, the barrel on the outside. But if you was interested in guns, you could have had more than one.
This is a brass cartridge found at the scene was crimped with 6 tiny dents to make the shot quieter. The bullet is shown from 2 angles in this previously unseen image. Right? Right. So this is here, right? This is so that's the E-fit of him.
Right,
this is where she was. And this was the bullet mark there. Right. This is unseen evidence. That's on Irish Mirror, this.
Irish Mirror. Because that way I can see it better, because I have I
I'm
need to
telling
remember
you,
that.
Stacey, that outfit of him when he hadn't had that beard. I'm telling
Yeah.
you, you know.
No,
Never.
that's quite. Oh.
Well, what you
And-
saying, Jules? Barry George guilty or not? Exactly, Drooler. Exactly. Facts.
I want to know on that, but yeah. Right, 1 minute. Let's see if I can find this
Oh,
article.
Fulham's a
Can
posh
you
area in
tell
London.
what the article title is, Jess? Please.
The cartridge.
No,
Right.
what's the article called? Title of the article.
Key Jill and Med. Do you want me to just send you a link?
Yeah, please. I got to
What's-
remember that Ryan Reynolds gin's stronger than standard gin. It's American gin
Yes.
style.
Fucking hell, telling you, done me over that. I've only had half a fucking glass. Right, I've sent you a link of it.
I think I put about that much gin in it, Jess, in this glass.
So that was the person who she was going with at the time. That was her partner at the time. Him.
Yeah, we're a fiance. Yeah, right. 1 second then. Let me get rid of these.
That was Jill's car, the BMW. They're the guns, the bullets, right? That fit. The more you look like it. It says this photo fit was based on a description of a well-dressed man seen sweating at a bus stop while taking on a mobile near the scene. So who's to say, right? That wasn't Barry George.
Do you know what? Just don't know this gin talking, but it's kind of opened my mind a little bit. But the more we're discussing it, the more that you're showing me clearly that it's pointing more and more towards him.
Exactly, Julia. Exactly.
Oh, I lost it. Right, I got it on my screen now, so I'm not squinting.
Do you know what? I totally agree with that, right? That we've all got different opinions, but we've all been really respectful about it. Like, you go in some streams and you just get boom, 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 you know, all nasty shit that goes with it. Jules is half and half.
So that's what they believe. Is that the gun they believe did the killing?
Yeah.
Never found the gun did that.
There's bullets that have come from. That's what they surmise.
Yeah, I think the bullet. Yeah. Oh, but right
That's
now.
And this is a year later.
And how many times did you wash that coat?
Exactly, Stacey, and it was still there. Come on. I mean, this is quite. We see you see when you say about leaked pictures, right? Well, look at this one, right? This one leaked. This one, right? Look at this, right? This was this actual scene of the blood.
I've seen that picture.
So she's obviously got to about here, I'd say. Do you know what I'm saying?
I have seen that crime scene photo.
And that, yet again, that. Do you know what I'm saying? I just think that fucker's got away with murder. I can't lie. And let's face it, Stace, that's just come out about Barry George now, right? So he's in court soon. I'm telling you, that Barry George is a wrong one. I think he got away with fucking murder, me.
Yeah.
But there's the double jeopardy law, so he can get retrialed. And bearing in mind, when you look at his pictures that were a bit later on, he'd put a lot of weight on.
Mm-hmm. That's why I asked how long between her being murdered and he was arrested.
A year.
Which makes sense if putting the weight on, growing the beard.
Putting the weight on, the goatee beard.
Yeah, it's all pointing towards him, isn't it?
Of course it is, because you look totally different. Let's face it, a bloke with a beard to a bloke without a beard, you look totally different. Even I know that. Right, and if you want to go back even further, Stacey, right?
Hang on a minute.
Right.
He could have used this.
Right. I'm going to show you something now. This is when he was a lot younger. Let me show you this, right? This is going back a bit, right? Look at him in this picture, Stacey, there. Look at that picture at the top. This one. That was him when he was younger. There.
Yeah.
Look at that fit.
Yeah.
Come on. That's how he looked then, a year later, right? But you take that, you look at that one as well. Look, right? This is when he's in, this is as he's got older, Barry George, right? But you go way back. These are some of
It's
these
the
when he was a
hair.
kid.
Go
Look at
back
that
down,
hair,
Jess.
yeah.
Go back.
Which
No,
one?
go back down to when he's older.
Right, this is when he was a baby, right?
Yeah.
That's when he was with a full-on
back down to
football.
the image.
Yeah,
Yeah, go back down to the image where he was released.
right.
A bit further down. No, right. Stop. Go back up. Go back up to the image where he's in the suit.
That
There.
one. Look at the hair.
The hair. That's what I just.
The
did,
eyes.
hair. Hang on. Right. Yeah. Right. Let me just
That's.
look at that bastard.
You see what I mean?
And he could have used this to locate her.
Madeline McCann. You might will be though, Cuba, so it don't matter.
He could have used that to locate her.
Exactly, because there's been pictures in paper of her. Yeah, I'll have a
Mum
dad.
had everything high. That's why she hadn't popped on.
Oh. It'd have been a bit too much for Nye, all of this, Sanine. I can't lie. Nye's all right for football. This is, they'd have blown her mind with this. I can't lie. Well, I'm telling you one thing. If you look at some of them pictures when he was a baby, say, or when he was a lot younger, and you put it up to that fucking picture, I'm telling you now.
Yeah, if you go to the picture that I spotted,
And then if you look at him in that,
hair,
you look at him in that gas
doesn't
mask,
change,
Stacey,
does it?
right? Right. Look at the eyes in that gas mask again. What's this
you
one?
changed my mind. You have
Right.
presented me enough evidence for me to go, well, maybe.
I'm sorry we drifted a little bit.
Stuff, I've been sat here thinking.
Right. Yes, that's how bad his house was. When you see it in a minute. Look at the house, right? This is some of the evidence they used, right? Look at these books on guns and all these ambushes. Look at that. Why would you have something like that? Look, ambush and counter ambush exhibits. This is what they actually used in court, right? Look at them eyes, Stace. Your eyes are a dead giveaway. You can't change them. And this is what they said he were wearing, right? This is where they found the gunshot residue. If you've ever watched any of the old Crime Watch documentaries, that is mentioned in it, what he were wearing. See, I'm a fucker for watching the old Crime Watches and stuff. You ever get a chance, watch the old ones. I'm telling you. And look, why would you not like that then, Stace? Why would you have a gun holder than that?
That could hold a Beretta. That
Come
could
on.
hold a Beretta. Not
And
lying.
these are the exhibits used in the trial of his death.
I will stake my life on it. That holster could hold a fucking Beretta.
Why would you have that, Stace? Come on. You don't carry that. I don't carry that around. Look, and they even found what? They even found bullets there, Stacey. Look at the exhibit. Look what they found there as well.
Hold on a minute. I'm going to put your large screen because this chin's kind of blurry vision a little bit.
Sorry, we've really drifted off course. I'm sorry.
No, technically, we haven't drifted off course because this is a cold case. The theory I think of mob hit is a conspiracy theory, which is coincided with what we're doing.
But if people are up for time on Friday night at 10 o'clock, I'm up for doing that if you want it. And if you don't like it, you don't have to watch it. But I don't know,
But you have blown my mob theory out the fucking window because I've always stood by the fact. Apart from now, I've had a good think about it. It was a mob hit. What you presented with me now, the E-fit, the obsession, and now what he's being fucking charged with. I wonder if he didn't want to kill her. I wonder if he took the gun as a
I think he was absolutely obsessed with her. That is another weird one. I reckon my parents killed her, Drula. I do.
I said that, Jess.
I'm telling you.
I have said that from fucking day one. It's so fucking suspicious that.
We're both doctors as well. It's not like they couldn't sedate her and kill her, isn't it?
The pair of them left 3 children. 2 of them were girls on their own.
Exactly. But just took one.
But just took Maddie.
What's your thoughts on it, Julie? Look, that actually could be a good one to get into, actually, like, but
Oh, I love that case.
I genuinely believe they killed the Stace. I do.
One of the theories I heard was because they left the kids in the apartment on their own, they drugged the children so
Yes.
they could go
So
out.
they could go out and have a nice night out, but overdrugged her, panicked, and got rid of Bobby.
Because the sniffing dog detected, was it the decaying body smell on the fucking boot of the car, and they found a spot of blood which went back to her in the boot. Now, any average Joe person saying like myself, I left Zachary in a fucking house. Say, for example,
But if you did it or I did it, we'd have social services, Stacey, you're bad parents. But because he's done in the higher class.
If I left Zachary on his own, as an autistic child, bear in mind, if I left him on his own right now and he died while in this house on his own, I would have been thrown
The
in
worst
prison.
parent on earth. From a council stereotype.
Go with the key.
Facts.
How the fuck have them two got a fucking way with leaving 3 children in a foreign
Exactly.
country?
Exactly.
In an apartment, gone out to fucking dinner. Why the fuck were them two done for fucking child neglect?
Exactly. But did you notice when it was Shannon Matthews that went? Oh, that were different. They went straight into women, everything else, because it was a working class.
They crucified Shannon Matthews' mother. Crucified her. Why would?
Fact.
So have I ever met Shannon Matthews' mother? I'd punch her. Just saying.
You spot on. Facts.
Oh, I've said from day one, and I will die on that soapbox. They have something to do. Come and sue me. I ain't got fuck all. Come and sue me.
Sue me. I ain't got fuck all neither.
Because every time someone's come out with a theory that they fucking killed someone that's got a bit of dough, they've sued. Right now, they are taking a girl to court because she's turned around and said she's Maddie.
Take care, Jamie.
This girl has turned around and said, I will take a DNA test to prove me right or wrong. Why the fuck are the McCanns saying, you know what? Let's go do that DNA test to prove you wrong. Why are the McCanns denying a DNA test on this young girl? Instead, taking her to court for fucking stalking. The twin girl is backing her parents up. I'm sorry. They killed her.
Of course. And do you know what makes me laugh? Nobody made a big issue of them leaving these and going out for food. Now, let's be honest. If that were me or you, because we're from a council estate and working class, we would be the worst parents on earth, right? But they're not. So they could go out and enjoy their holiday and have food and all this. I think they sedated and me, and it went tits up.
Wasn't there actually a service in the apartment complex they were living in for someone to look after their child? It was going to be extra.
Yeah.
Could be wrong on the cost part.
Unfortunately, when you have kids, it is what it is. You take your kids on holiday with you and you go food with your kids, right? But I'm telling you now, if that would have been, say, for example, myself, Jess Young's left her son at home while she's out, council family, fucking all this shit, right? But because they were hoity-toity, fuck off. No way. I don't believe she went missing at all. They murdered her. I don't care.
That's one thing I will never, ever change my mind.
Opinion on no, me neither.
They killed their daughter and they have got a fucking way with blip. Get out. Bed. I need chicken. Like you want. Exactly.
Exactly, truly.
But
people think because my dad.
In their right mind wouldn't leave their children. Drew,
No way.
You wouldn't leave your kids.
No, exactly.
I dreaded the fact.
Agreed.
I'll get Russell, come upstairs now and he'll tell you. Yeah. At 15, I hated leaving him on his own if I had to run out. I did not want him to go to the shop at 12. He begged me to let him go to the shop at 12 years old.
Mate, I didn't even let Harry play out till he was fucking 12. Do you know what I mean? And I had to let the reins go a little bit. I used to meet him still from school, Stacey, in year 8, and he's like, Mum.
Oh, no.
Ask my mum.
When he started high school, he asked me not to fucking look at him at
Well, I
school.
used to go meet Harry at school and they were like, Mum, it's embarrassing. You're only one meeting me. I want to go home with my mates. So I did have to let Rains go a little bit. But I swear to God, kids round here are still like 4 and 5 playing out. Innit? Would you go on holiday? Say you go to Cyprus on holiday, ruler, right? You're with family and you've got kids. There's no way you would leave kids so you can go out with food with friends. They've sedated them kids and it's gone tits up. Cheers, Jamie. Appreciate it. I think so, Rodney. There's no way on earth. I don't believe half of what they say with that. I can't lie. She's just been in she's up in court at a minute, isn't she?
The Maddie McCann thing?
Yeah. She's just been in court and she's been like.
No, right. Currently at the moment, the McCanns are taking a girl to court for stalking.
That's
so
it.
Soren said she's Madeline McCann. Stop apparently that she stalked them. So they're taking this girl to court. This girl has turned around and said, I will take a DNA test. And the McCann has flat out refused to take a DNA test. What does that say to you? Someone came up to me and said, I could possibly be your daughter. You'd want a DNA test, wouldn't you, just to prove it won't fucking her? You know what I mean? Why are they refusing to have this young lady have her DNA test taken? Because any sane person would go, right, this lady is claiming to be our daughter. It's all over the media. Let's do a DNA test to say she's not our daughter, then do criminal charges. No, we flat out refuse to have a DNA test and take this girl to court.
And you're telling me they can afford a fucking babysitter? They were fucking minty in that stage.
Exactly, they're minty, they're both doctors. That screams out to me, they are behind, or they know what happened to Maddie.
Yeah, 100% they fucking know.
That soapbox to say their daughter was kidnapped.
Yeah, the panic, didn't they? I think they tried to drug them all to sleep. And then,
Has there been any proof of it? How many? Right, someone might have to. I've got gin vision. I'm not drunk, but you know what I mean. How many times have the police turned around and said, "Oh, we have a suspect in the disappearance of Madeline McCann"?
Fucking loads of times.
How many times has that come back and said this person was not a person? This person was no longer a person of interest in the case.
All the time. How many times have they been digging up places? Portugal and all this.
Am I wrong in thinking, right? Drula, yes. Harry goes missing. Drula, one of your boys go missing, for example.
Missing, I wouldn't have left fucking. Where was it? Portugal where she went missing?
Yeah. If someone that would be Harry's age at the time this girl's come forward and says, I am your son, would you say, right, bosh, but should have that DNA test to prove it?
Absolutely.
Would you deny the DNA test?
No. If somebody look, it's more than likely to be a bloke though, because a woman would know if they'd gave birth. But if somebody come to me and said, you know what, you'd want a DNA test in it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You wouldn't take the girl out for fucking stalking.
Take care, Dals.
To me, right? I'm going to bring it up because
you don't listen. You go on holiday. You don't fuck off out and leave your kids there while you're out some bit. And two, if that would have been me, I would not have left Portugal until I found them. I'm telling you now, they were too thingy in front of the camera for me. There were no emotion shared. There were nothing. It was cold. Telling you.
Oh, hang on a minute. So apparently, DNA claim made no sense. This is from, I think, 2 days ago while they were in court. The court was told Mrs. Selena McQueen following similar themes that others included Julia Wendell claiming her DNA was a big match with DNA from the Portuguese crime scene. Mrs. McQueen said it didn't make any sense. This is the current case of this girl getting done for stalking. Apparently, they're saying that the message that was sent to Katie McCann was to get under her skin. The court is looking at examples of messages from Julie Wendell to Mrs. McQueen. I don't know who Mrs. McQueen is. I don't know who she is. One, read out in court, said, from what I have learned, you are one of the few people who believe that Madeline is still alive.
There you go.
Asked by Mrs. Silver how she felt about the message, witness said, "It's very triggering. It brings it all back. You concerned someone has information about you, your family, your friend, using it to get under Kate's skin. It was emotional for me." Why not go, right, DNA will prove you are not fucking my daughter, Maddie. Let's go get that DNA. Then get her done. Then
Facts,
get her done for stalking. Do not deny a DNA test, because it makes you look even, in my mind, it makes them look even fucking more guilty. I'm sorry.
What was it?
Russell went missing. I did exactly this, and Russell went missing. Someone came up to me and says, "I'm your son, Russell." I'll probably be fucking ecstatic for starters, but then I'll be like, "Well, we need a DNA test to prove this." Why not? Why not take the DNA test? Exactly.
But you look at McCann's apartment here, right? So this is where they were staying. That's the complex entrance, and that's where they were having this food, right? I'm sorry, but you just don't go out and leave your kids at home. But it don't matter because they're middle class. But if it was somebody working class stays, it'd have been a fucking different story. That really does boil my piss.
We'll be on. We would be in fucking shackles. Me and you would look attractive in orange jumpsuits.
So,
well,
parents go for dinner with a group of friends at a restaurant in the complex. Madeline and her younger brother and sister, twins, stay in the apartment 100 yards away. The adults had a devised rota system to check on all their children during the evening. When it's the turn of Kate McCann, she discovers her daughter, Madeline, has gone. Police are called and staff and guests at the complex search for her until daybreak. Border police and airport staff are put on alert and hundreds of volunteers join the effort to find Madeline in the following days, right? I just don't see it. I just don't see how it's... I really don't.
Look, go back up, Jess. Stop like that. That second sentence. Can you highlight it for me? Right, so when it says that one, yeah. Why the fuck? On that sentence alone, the police should have fucking arrested them all.
Facts. Child neglect.
They left their children unattended.
Facts.
Fucking not. Them children was in the apartment on their fucking own. How old was Maddie?
Oh, how old was Maddie when she went?
Right, leave this on. It's right. You can tell that scares quite.
We've really drifted tonight. Apologies, Pete.
No. This is one of the biggest.
Exactly, Drula. Why not just take a week because you didn't want your fucking meal interrupted? Tough, you've got kids. Leave them with grandparents and go on a fucking holiday.
Today, today's standard of age, Maddie would be 22. She was 3.
3.
She went missing.
Fancy leaving a fucking 3-year-old. Come on.
Amelia, which is the twins.
They don't even look bothered. Look at them. That would have service. I'd be in absolute bits.
That was also used against them. That's what also solidified it for me. Right, when was she born?
She's really 3. I don't know. I just couldn't carry on my life.
Maddie was 3.
Exactly.
Amelia is a year younger than Russell.
Facts, Drula.
They were a year old.
So who in the right mind? 3-year-old and 1-year-olds on their own, so they can go out and enjoy a fucking luxury meal.
Right. So
fuck off.
How old was the
Might be daft, but I ain't that fucking daft. Come on. And that's what they did as an age generator, what she'd look like at 6, but I don't think she was. I think she was already dead.
Even fucking more disgusting.
I mean, who in the right minds does that? In November, the couple signed a publishing deal to write a book about Madeline's disappearance. Who in the fucking right mind does that?
So Madeline was just 3 when she vanished on 3rd of May 2007, after her parents left her sleeping in the bedroom with her 2-year-old twin siblings. 2 and 3. And these fuckers are still fucking walking around free. No, as far as I'm aware, no fucking prosecution was made against these 2 for child abandonment. child endangerment. I'm going to
I mean,
find
I
out
know
what the
it's
book's
better out, but who does a book on the kid getting like exactly, Alison? Come on, who in the right mind does a book on the kid going missing? I know I personally wouldn't be thinking of doing a book to tell people. Exactly. There's no emotion from either of them. Come on. Here, right, look at that. Look at that. Here, Stace, right? Look at this e-fit, right? That BBC Crime Watch did, yeah? Look at this e-fit. And look at the dad. You're telling me they don't look same? Him, and that's the e-fit. Fuck off, that's same. Facts, that's same.
Yeah, right. According to the UK government, babies, toddlers, and very young children should never be left alone. Mandy was 3, the twins was 2.
Fuck off.
They
Exactly.
did say that, in fact, Carl.
If you look at that, right, of him, right, and then you look at this on this side, it's double. I'm sorry. You know this linked and shit like this? Nah.
So, parent left kid at home for 30 minutes and neighbours complained. Parent left the kid at home for 30 minutes and neighbours called the police. Police came and took the kids away. Why the fuck were they allowed to have their fucking twins? This is the UK. Why the fuck were they allowed to keep them fucking twins?
Absolutely.
Yeah, parents and carers can be prosecuted for neglect if it's shown that they place the child at risk by leaving them home alone.
Check in, Stan. John Pod Esther. Apologies if you think we've drifted a little bit.
They haven't drifted. This is still a conspiracy, and I think people would agree. I'm sorry. The McCann's biggest
We're going to start
conspiracy
crime night, probably from next week. 10 o'clock, we're going to do a crime night. Could do a couple of cases every week. Maybe 1 or 2 cases, an hour on each. Especially like unsolved stuff and that.
What am I looking at specifically? Let's do whoever.
Is it I think these have to looking at it as a picture of him. Bring up a picture of him.
Right, okay.
I totally agree with you there, Kevin. Some people don't deserve to have kids. Facts. Come on, Jules, you've even got to say that Efit looks a bit like Dad. I mean, who in the right mind does books now? I'm not buying that. It's to fund it. Bullshit. No, I'm not buying that.
I said that.
Mm-mm.
Oh.
Like seriously, big up Archer as well. Definitely doing some more of these. Don't worry about that. Oh, give up now. No, I'm going to knocking around.
You still get passionate about the Maddie one.
No, I think they got away from there.
They got away with a lot.
Crazy, but I do believe it.
Even now, Zach being 13, because of his mental capacity, I would still be dumb for neglect. Because Zach hasn't got the mental capacity to look after himself.
I mean, look at this. I did a lot of research on these two. I found they made a fundraising website when they sold Madeline missing merchandise. The site was copyrighted in 2006.
Yeah.
She didn't go missing until 2007.
We're talking about McCann case, right?
Yeah.
How did I feel about you going to shop at 12 years old?
Didn't like it.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, and Kev.
Okay.
It's crazy. But I'm telling you now, there's more to that than meets the fucking eye. I'll tell you that right now.
What? Already about a bit of gym.
I'm telling you. And we'll never know.
There's nothing. Right now, we're still in our brains. I was like in the right fucking spot for them fuckwits.
Whoever leaves the kids at home like that, man, crazy.
Especially fucking 2 and 3. Break the road, or fucking not. You still left our kids unattended.
Facts. And do you know what? He still works as a physician in cardiology. I don't know if I could go on living. They still live in the same house when they disappeared. Crazy. But on that bombshell, 11, I'm going to wrap this one up. Big up to everybody that's joined us for this 3 hours stream. I hope you've enjoyed it. Some a bit different. I hope you've seen a different side to me and Stacey, that we can have a different conversation. And if you want to do it, we'll start on a Saturday where we can do crime, just like 10 o'clock, and we'll do something. But it's been an interesting topic of conversation, if nothing else. Do you know what I'm saying? It's been nice. Yeah, well, I can always arrange it, Jules. Maybe 10 o'clock on a Saturday night, and we can get into the one I wouldn't mind doing. First one, I think of a fucking name off by heart. They've never found a body. Can't think of a name, but I will get there. You're muted.
So I am. Her body.
Indeed. No.
Where?
Wait a minute.
Ben. The blood went missing. Ben. They never found his body.
Yeah, I remember that one. Ben Needham.
Yeah.
1 minute before I wrap up.
He wasn't like
Susie Lampu. That is one I would really like to do. Susie Lampu.
I reckon we should have a live show on that one. You know what I mean?
Well, I've got my own suspicion match on next Saturday. We'll do it.
I'll tell you what I'll do is I'll get. Let me just look at Chrome. You can wrap up, Jess.
Never found a body, but they've got this feeling of who they did it.
He did it. I'm not even sorry.
Oh, I know he fucking did it. They just can't pin it on him. He was an evil bastard and all. Especially when he changed.
Oh, he definitely fucking did. I'm sorry. Right.
That's something to get in for next week. So, tell you what, from Saturdays now on, we'll have 10 o'clock and we'll have a crime night. Quiz on a Friday night, crime night on a Saturday, and Sunday we'll have a bit of a chill. Yeah, we'll start next week. Absolutely, Drew. And bless up to everybody that respectful for everybody's opinions in here. Do appreciate that. Yeah, Susie Lampu. That's a good one to start with. I like to start on some of the cold cases. You know, stuff that haven't been solved. You know, a bit like we've done tonight with Jill Dando and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense.
I'm just personal info. Right.
Big up, Rodders. No, as long as you've enjoyed it, guys, I'm all for doing stuff that we can. Don't always have to be football. We can drift from football. It doesn't always have to be on football. We can have a. The one thing about it, why it's nice and easy, because everybody's allowed their opinion and nobody gets funny with each other, which is always nice. And I have really enjoyed that. So Saturday night, 10 o'clock crime night. Then I know Carl can get in costs with family and kids and that. And 10 o'clock, couple of hours, we'll do that. But on that note, guys, this has been JSY Talks Football or JSY Talks Crime. We will be back tomorrow, 4:45 with the Scotland game, and then we're going to do the Egypt game straight after. Please take care of yourself and don't have nightmares. And on that note, it's a good night from me.
And it's a good night from her.
And it's a good night from all of us. Take care of yourselves, peeps. We'll see you all again tomorrow. Innit? I've got a dark side, all right, Drew, love. We'll see you all tomorrow at 4:45. Take care of yourself. Don't have nightmares. And thank you so much. It's been a very good stream. Take care, peeps. Good night. God bless. Peace out.
Leeds United, dancing bright, spend our army up all night,
laughing, sharing, having fun. The beat goes on, we just begun. Like and share, let's all unite. Tottenham crew, feeling right. Goodbye from me, from her, from us. The party's here, no need to rush.
cheer.